No, I just mean like yesterday you came in with Temptress, and the other day you came in with
That's one of my favorite fire elemental.
Ah, gotcha.
It's so cool.
Well, this
It's
is
so cool. Sorry, go ahead.
that's okay. I was just gonna say, welcome to Nikos. This is Shatterhorn. Today's episode: the halls of Moctezumae. We are in the ruins, and we'll go into the particular details of that in a moment. I'm going to have my players introduce themselves, give your character name, class, race ish, and um,
Oh, so,
what has recommended itself to you about the White House you found so far. And let's
uh,
go. Let's go. Stephen, Travis, then Gene.
hello. I am Fireheart of the 34th Moot, and I was excited for a second, and then we saw a monster that reminded me from a movie a while back with a bug with the face of a human,
Mm-hmm.
and this made me think of like it's gonna open its mouth, its face, it's his mouth, and it's gonna just swallows his soul. So that
Nice.
scared me. But other than that, I almost made a mistake of stealing something. So
Oof. That
I
would have
was,
been that would have been bad. You'd have been well. We'd been closer back to the Shatterhorn though. Ha 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 ha
yeah.
ha ha. At least you would have been.
All right, and that's it. It's just terrifying.
I'm Heart. Heart help fixing.
I am Valara Erendisha Ilwanare. And uh, it looks familiar, but it's all wrong. And where it is all wrong.
Okie dokie.
Beyond that, I can't really say.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And honorable mention to our great fan and great friend of the show, Olivia, who is with us. Thank you for being here. And if you do want to play, I'll definitely drop a character in for you. But you're more than welcome to just observe. It's your choice, Olivia. But say
Well, if the occasion arises, then I may pop in.
okay. That
There's a giant worm monster with a face you could play.
I don't know. I don't know if I have the voice for it.
that's Travis's answer. How to make an enemy a friend. Give it to the player character. They can't. The NPC can't mess it up.
Yep.
Alrighty. Um, yes, we are in a structure that looked oddly like the American White House. We are entering the West Wing this time. We went into the East Wing first time, found it overgrown, and creatures of kind of a gratuitously gross and foul nature were discovered. In this case, we're looking down the hallway. There are pairs of doors, two pair on this side of an opening, two pair on the other, and even from here you can hear the sounds of the wild and nature coming from that gap between the rooms. So that apparently is a hallway that also leads to the main chamber that you guys discovered last time with the monsters in it. So exploration wise, you've got the choices of the doors or however you want to approach it.
Heart will go to the first one on the left.
All right. Um,
I,
Excellent.
I follow.
on the door is a small black placard that says "Press."
Ooh.
It says what?
Uh,
He
P
pushes on the door.
P
Oh,
R E S S. Uh, the door doesn't open when you press on it, although that was a good attempt. There is a door
Okay,
handle, so
I'll open the
that
door.
was a joke. Anyway, so yeah, as you open it, you see two
wait.
rows, two rows of four desks left and right. Um, there are piles of papers, yellowed and corrupted by just time itself. The edges, in particular, are brownish, and the center of the top page, at least, is a sickly yellow color. There is writing upon them, or at least some kind of text upon them.
Okay.
Hmm. You should
The
be careful. There
the
might be a
the
trap that
the,
touches down
yeah
on us.
the floor is covered with a greenish gray carpeting, and there by the doorway it appears to be frayed and torn because there are some signs of hardwood beneath.
Okay.
Why would there be traps in a place like this?
It says press. There might be a ceiling trap that presses down on people.
Hmm.
Well, that's kind of a depressing idea.
So alright, we'll go into the room.
Yeah.
Uh, is there any other like devices on the walls, or is it just these four desks in the middle?
Well, there's the four desks with the materials on them. There are a couple of very fine frames hanging on the wall with images in them of individuals that their costumes suggest another place or time, and their hair in both cases is gray with tightly curled locks falling behind their neck, almost like mullets, if you will.
Huh.
And there's a placard below one of them that says uh, Pulitzer.
Pulitzer.
Yes. And just looking at the picture, Gene, the name does not match. The painting looks far older than the name Pulitzer in your head. It just you don't know how
Yeah.
or why, but it just the picture doesn't match the name.
Okay. This is another case where the picture has doesn't go with that name.
Huh.
It just doesn't.
Matter of fact, the name tag in this case looks like it was placed onto the frame, and it doesn't look like it's sticking very well. It's kind of curling off the corner.
Alright, we'll reach up and peel it off.
Okay, and below it it says Paine, Paine, comma Thomas.
Hmm. What about the second one?
She
The,
lets
se-
her name roll off her tongue.
the second painting is of an individual who um, again has the gray hair and but has somewhat of a hawkish face, and just on the edge of the picture you can see he must have a pen in his hand because there is a ostrich feather that extends over the edge of the lower part of the painting. There is no name tag on the painting itself, but below the painting on the wall is another one of those placards, and this one says "Our Founder."
Huh.
There's a door that leads out the back of this room. It's the room's foreshortened, maybe 20 feet square. The door in the back, therefore, doesn't seem like it would open into um, the what's the word I used for it last time? There's a
Great Hall or whatever.
Solaria, whatever it was. Yeah, the big open area. I had a word for it that I used last time. I'll think of it in a second. But it doesn't appear to open into that, so there may be another room in between here and where the beasts and monsters were.
Hmm. Hmm.
The desks. One other thing. Go ahead and make a perception test, or actually give me your passives. What are your passive perceptions?
Or what?
What is your
A
passive
passive
perception value?
perception.
It suggests the things that you might find just by nature. Just your might be just aware of it. I'm just looking for whether or not anybody's.
What goes into passive perception? I don't have it written down for heart.
It's wisdom without proficiency.
So 10 plus wisdom?
Mm-hmm. No, it's 8 plus. Yeah, no, it is with proficiency. 8 plus 2 plus wisdom, right?
Oh, okay.
2 plus wisdom?
8 plus proficiency plus wisdom.
Right.
Alright, so that would be
15.
9.
Wisdom is my highest stat.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
wait. 10. That's 11.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm repeating.
Okay. And the 11. Stephen would notice, but the desks are not aligned. 3 of them are in right positioning, but one of them, the desk itself needs to be. It looks like it's been adjusted about, I don't know, 5 or 6 degrees off of square. It's enough that you should be able to notice it, but you'd have to really be paying, actually thinking about it to make that correlation. But the one desk is not perfectly aligned with the other 3.
I'm gonna go walk to that desk.
Well, you didn't notice it. That's you wrote. You
Oh, I
checked
didn't
your
notice
11.
it. Oh.
Yeah.
Mine is only a passive of 12, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Travis is Heart the machine is the only one that looks at. I can see that too. The machine's optical thing would probably triangulate the numbers, the angles, and go, oh, that one's off angle.
Off center. And then he'll push it back into center.
Okay. As you move towards it and you push it off to center, you hear an audible click. Looking down at the floor, you notice that for some reason the desk was set in such a way that one of its legs was sitting on a small raised space, kind of like a button, about as big around as a coffee cup.
Huh. Did something move?
No.
Alright, we'll push the button down again.
Okay. It's kind of spring loaded, so as you push down, you'd feel it resists the push, and when you push far enough, it makes the same clicking sound again. Click.
Do either of you want to look in the next room to see if anything's changing?
Sure.
Uh,
What's the next one?
So Freya goes up to the door in the back.
Yep.
As you approach the door, you don't hear anything particularly different in the. I mean, as you approach the door, it's not like there's any kind of sounds coming from it. It's just a lever handle, and it does pull out. So.
Oh, that's the new thing?
What do you mean new thing? It's a door. It's a shiny.
Oh,
metal.
right. You're
It's a shiny
talking about
handle.
the door.
I was just explaining how the door works.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna grab it and twists.
Okay, you push the handle or rotate the handle, and
Yep.
the doorway opens, and inside is a larger desk.
Hart, can you do that thing again?
Alright, lifts his foot.
Okay, as he lifts his foot off of it, a little light appears on the desktop. Underneath a pile of papers and basically debris, you can see a little yellow glowing light,
Hart, can you put your foot back down?
He does so.
and the light goes out.
Move the papers out of the way and look at the light.
Okay.
Go. Sorry.
So I would say, as you enter the room, you notice that the floor is moving behind the desk. There's actually something rustling underneath the edges of debris.
Is this room covered with leaves and stuff?
Yeah. There's a tear in the roof above it.
Art, can you come over here? And I
Okay.
tell
Valara?
Valara. You're
Valara.
trying to remember the other name. There's somebody else in the room. He's going Tiara. No, neither of those is any good.
yes.
yes. I hear you.
There's something over there, and it's where the light's coming from.
Okay.
On the desk.
He's
I think
behind
there's
the.
a.
It's behind the desk.
It's behind the
That's a
desk. The
camera.
desk faces outward towards you. The chair, therefore, is behind it. And when whatever it moved, the chair canted slightly to an angle, as if the whatever it was crawled over the base of the chair.
Hmm.
So Hart
Sorry.
will take out his shield
Mm-hmm.
and takes his foot off of the button, obviously,
Mhm.
and goes into the room and starts to circle around the desk, activating the light from his eye.
Okay, so the light from your eye hits on the pile of debris or whatever, and you see it basically climb sort of sludge like up the wall behind it.
Ew.
As it does, it seems to be retracting from the light and the sound of your approach more than anything. Um, and it lifts itself, if you will, till it's about 5 feet off the ground, the top of the pile of stuff, and you can see that the majority of its makeup has the consistency of the green goo, that one product that the kids play with it, run their fingers through it. So it's
Slime.
opaque, yeah,
Ooh,
opaque,
yuck.
opaque,
Neon green.
and yet
It's like a
yes,
mucus.
it's not neon. It's more forest green,
Oh, okay.
but it glistens and the light passes through it. So the
That's
places
like a
that the light
mucus.
The
passes through,
slime.
it's a lighter green.
It's mucus. It's
Yeah, it looks like a mucus, but it's not a rolled up ball. Instead, it's kind of spread, and it's
It's flubber.
yeah.
Oh,
Darker green flubber.
oh, nice.
Hmm.
Hello?
If it's
You
a
see
light,
you see about in the middle of the, well, not in the middle, but near where the quote face would be, you can see a gas bubble forming underneath the surface, and it extends for several inches and expands, and as it boils to the surface, it goes, hello.
peanut butter cracker. There's a second.
That's disgusting.
Ooh, what are you?
I Valara laughs a bit. Uh,
She
all
fainted.
things that crawl do not necessarily have the ability to speak. I
It
just
just said
advise.
hello. It just said hello,
Yeah.
Gene. If you didn't hear it, just said hello. It takes a few seconds for another bubble to form inside, and you can see it's almost like the bubbles are coming from other places within its form and congealing to become a bubble large enough. And it says, Moth.
Okay. Sorry, I was coughing.
Muff?
I am Moth.
What are you?
I live.
Obviously, you live.
Hmm. What is this place?
Nest. Warm nest.
For what?
Life.
You are light. Yes.
Gene, are you hearing what he's saying?
Yeah, I said it's a warm place to nest.
For life.
Yes.
Yeah, for life. One place for life.
The nest of creatures, I believe.
Creature
So,
one.
Oh, just one? Oh, okay. What about the other guy? The
Whatever.
one with the face and the creepiness.
They're just pictures.
No.
Paintings.
the
That's
giant
not.
creature he's asking about.
Yes.
Ah.
Only life.
Is he friendly like you?
Who he. Only life.
Only
It
life.
sees itself as a living thing and nothing else that he names as living.
That's not what he's saying.
That's not what he's saying. But
No?
not exactly.
Okay.
Don't put words in his bubbles.
That's right.
Only he can put words in his bubbles.
Trust me, none of you want to be in there making them. Trust me. It says, take gift.
Art reaches out an art hand.
Uh, he says, no, you take gift.
From where?
Nest.
Where is Nest?
Nest is here. Warm. For life.
Hart does a thermal scan to see if he can see the warmest
Okay.
spot in the room.
Okay, so this thing has got a body temperature of closing in on 100 degrees.
He's nice and
Fahrenheit.
toasty.
Yes. The residual temperature from the place where he was laying underneath the desk is about the same. It's reducing rapidly as it cools. But there are 4 spots of higher temperature in the remainder of the nest.
He's not gonna have us grab an egg, right?
Where are these 4 spots?
Almost directly under the chair leg, under the 4 base. It's a standard 4-wheeled base chair, like we would think of as an office chair.
Hart
And-
will look at Fran Valera.
I don't know what it is.
Clearly, hold up. Let me describe.
Sorry.
He doesn't want to say anything because he doesn't want to offend the thing, but he looks at it nervously and then looks back to them and then nods his head like, "You're gonna watch it if I go down underneath it, right?"
Yeah. I'm gonna watch. I'll be ready.
He doesn't
I'm
say
my
it,
head.
but
I know.
Right.
I'm nodding to you in response.
There you go.
Okay, so
He actually takes that, slips the sword out.
no,
I'm holding.
no.
No. Hold in action, but don't take out the sword.
Be prepared to. That's a quick draw is fine.
Yeah, just we don't want to initiate anything or offend anyone. Just wants to be careful. So Hart will move closer and look underneath the chair. This nest?
That nest. You take gift.
Okay, Hart will look into the nest. Is there anything there in particular?
Yes, there are 4 brighter green globules. They're more opaque and seem to have like a crust on them, like
An egg.
yeah, could be, but on the desk, because you've gotten low enough now, you can see underneath the papers. He might be talking about something from the desktop instead of from the nest, because there on the tabletop underneath a pile of stuff is, of all things, the handle of a blade, a sword of some sort.
Hart will slowly pull out the handle.
Okay.
This gift?
And as you pull out the knife, as soon as it clears the paperwork, the blade ignites in orange flame. He goes, "Yes, take gift, please."
Beautiful.
Hart will extend it away from him because he's clearly afraid of it. It seems.
Yes.
Was this what was causing the yellow light when I lifted the foot off of the button?
No, you can see there's still the raised place on the desk where the light came from, beside where the sword came out of.
Okay, well, Hart will pick up the papers and move them off of that, whatever that was as well.
Okay. Yeah, it's actually built into the desk. It looks like the standard secretary warning the boss button,
Intercom?
intercom kind of thing. Yes.
Yeah.
there's a similar button on the surface of the desk next to it, so you could press that button from here, whereas the other one was able to be pressed from the floor, so that they could alert the boss without the other person knowing they were alerting the boss, so to speak.
So a silent alarm to the
Right.
boss.
Right.
Hart will press the button next to the light.
Okay. As he does so, Math says, "You leave nest. You not murderer."
Of course not. Hart helps. Hart makes friends.
When when you
Oh.
when you say that, Math says, "Travel far."
Very far.
Travel north or south.
Traveled from the north.
Hmm.
Currently, we are going. He thinks for a moment as I try to figure out my directions.
You're up.
West.
Oh. Take Math with you.
Away from Nest?
Yes.
Will Meth be okay?
Math is life. Math is one.
Is Meth dangerous to other life?
Math must eat.
What does Meth eat? Just a second, real quick, in meta.
Yeah.
What the hell's his name? Because I'm saying meth, muth, and math, and I don't know what.
M-A-T-H.
Okay,
M-A-T-H.
math. Oh, I hate him already.
All right.
Math.
How could you hate a poor innocent creature like
Because
that?
it's called math.
Exactly.
Most people don't like math.
Math is disgusting. It's loathsome.
But then if you can get to understand math, the math might be really useful in the future.
About this time, the druid who was standing in the corner
Wait, is Olivia math?
yeah, no, yeah.
Okay.
No. Olivia is a student of math. She's been studying him for some time.
In meta, this is one friend I'm not keeping inside my chest.
No,
so
you're not gonna let math inside.
I'm not.
You're not
I'm
gonna.
okay with a necromancer and a infralich, but a math? No, math has no place in my robot.
Teacher of all math.
Wait, you carried
Nothing but numbers.
Okay, so
Anyway, yeah. So the druid has been studying math for some time, and watching the life cycle. So
is there an actual druid? Olivia, are you down to play?
Yeah, for a little bit, sure.
So the druid explains that math is the collective consciousness of an organism, and that the things you perceived as being eggs are its way of propagating. And so she herself, protects this particular part of the wilds, and so she's not. Sorry to put words in your mouth, Olivia, but
You're good.
that she's wants to move or help the expansion of this species, because so far it is a biological processor of debris, of decay, and it's starting in its own little way to try to cleanse the Feywild.
Hart knows the exact place where it should call a new home. Hart wants to take it in the meta. Hart wants to take it to. Where's it called? Let me open the map. The remnants of Tra-La-Ra, where the big blackness is, and it's all covered in decay and mutation and disgusting.
Yes, that'd be one place. It could also go to Candle Scratch.
No, I don't want to destroy it again this time.
Yeah, but I might be able to clean it up too.
Nah, I've done that 3 times.
Wait, when did you guys destroy it the first time?
Um,
We
don't worry
didn't do
about
it.
it.
Well, the very first time in this iteration it was destroyed was actually due to Wednesday, because they shot down
Ah.
the candle and crashed a ship into what had been Nyx and wiped out the population.
No,
Then,
the first one was Praxer.
oh yeah. So you tell that story. I don't.
Huh.
It's your story.
All I did was ask what time it was, okay? And then I traded a magical ring from outside that time space,
Good
which
going.
doesn't necessarily make sense because they were already trading in artifacts, but nonetheless, it brought a storm there, wiped it out. Then, so the Nixie land as it existed was dead.
Right.
And the second time, uh, well, then it was a verdant forest land filled with the original Primus,
Right.
and things happened, and subsequently they were annihilated at the hands of Praxer. More viscerally that time. Then later on, I came back with another character after Wednesday had caused a ship to crash, and the ship was okay and totally fine, and then I blew up the ship, which was a big boom.
Yeah. Thermonuclear device, basically. Boom.
So yeah, me and Nyx go way back.
Yeah, they're best friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So anyway, the druid just wants to make sure that math gets to a new home.
Okay.
Oh, you look for that.
That'll give, in terms of gameplay for you, Olivia, during the time that you're here in the area of the White House, you'll have advantage on checks against nature and things like that here because you're familiar with the biome, if you will.
Ooh.
Do you know what's that? Oh, sorry. Go for it.
No, you have the same question I do.
Do you know what that creature is in the first room? With the mouth, the face of a human, and the body of a.
Ginormous centipede.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, you don't even have to roll.
Yeah,
for
you
it.
can answer that.
No, yeah, you know it as called a politician. It has a hypnotic effect on you if you get too close to it, and it holds you in sway as it encircles you and then constricts and then devours you.
Where's its other face? 'Cause I
Where's
know if it's a
Um,
politician, it has to have at least two.
It's
yeah,
on the other end.
yeah, probably nice.
Nah, I knew nothing but shit came out of it.
Holy fuck. Alright.
Yeah, and both ends are identical, so you can't tell which one's which. But one of them wears a blue tie and one of them wears a red tie, right?
Both part of the same disgusting monster.
Yes.
Anarchy! No. So what's your name, Druid?
My name? Well, I don't know. A lot of people haven't asked me my name because I've been in the wild, and so I kind of forgot. But you can just call me.
Pinky?
Yeah.
Ha!
What was that? I missed it.
All right, out of game. I'm trying to find my dice. I don't know where I put them.
No worries.
Eventually, if you play long enough, you'll have enough dice that you won't be able to not find them.
Yeah, they'll be.
Yeah, sadly, I only have one set.
Oh my gosh! Well, remember she
Uh.
only really started playing after she ran into us. So, yay for that.
Cool. I only have one set too.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know how you could live. Every time I walk into a game store, I almost have to buy another set. So, of course, I
That's
haven't
the thing,
walked.
'cause there are no
That's
game
weird.
stores near me, so it's just.
Oh, that's sad. We need to.
Not online.
Maybe we should tell that to Kevin, because he's always looking for places to expand.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to have to operate a store. You're in Vermont, right?
Virginia.
Virginia.
Well, they visit at least the back of.
I will.
Beyond.
I will have to contact my friends that live on the East Coast because if there's an area where a store isn't, we need to get one there. So.
In 1607, we sailed the open sea For glory, God, and gold in the Virginia Company. Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry.
That's a good. No, it's good. Good. It's a nice little bridge there. All right. So,
So, what is this
Anyway.
sword that is aflame?
it has a, like I said, a brilliant orange flame. The handle is wrapped with white, what looks like snake skin, and the pommel, the very end of the pommel, is a sphere, perfectly round and clear.
Hmm.
That sounds cool.
The uh, the hand guard is gold with black inset, and if you look at the blade point on, it looks like a face, with the blade being a long, very sharp nose.
Oh, okay. Does it have a sheath
It does.
nearby?
It does not. It's laying
Oh,
loose on the desk, and by weapon type in particular, it is a rapier.
oh, cool.
So it's longsword length, but it's a finesse weapon.
Ah, we shall name it Rapey Face.
Oh
Sorry.
God, no! Please don't.
No,
Bad idea. Bad idea.
bad idea. Okay.
That's cool.
Well, you are welcome to come with your friend. What was the druid's name?
Oh, oh,
Map.
She couldn't remember
What
her
did
name.
she?
Her name.
Yeah,
Pinky.
we should call her a matician, because she
Matician.
therefore is a math. Yeah, because that way you and the creature become mathematician. See, your studies.
Oh God, please no! Please don't do it. Don't do the pun.
Okay,
Don't
magician.
follow his.
You can just call me Matt.
Nah.
Maddie. Maddie.
How
there we
about
go.
Maddie?
Maddie, there you go.
All right.
Math Maddie.
For magician.
Yes.
Maddie.
Maddie.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Maddie and her map.
Hello, Maddie. I am Hart. Hart help
Oh.
fixing.
I'm Valara.
I'm Freya. Freya Heart
I heard.
Destroying.
Yes. Heart destroying. That name's changing over time. Oh man. Okay. Also, for Olivia, I don't think she's watched this show before, so you guys want to give her a little bit of a description of what you look like.
Well,
Yeah.
I am a six-armed, uh, cylindrical robot. Looks bulkier than he used. Looks less bulky than he used to be. He has a slightly more slender, humanoid chest now that's made out of a topaz-like crystal. Which also covers his shoulders and whatnot. And currently, he's wearing a large white gold robe made of woven metal with golden lightning bolts on it, yellow gold lightning bolts on it. As is the rest of the party, I think is equally decked out in some version of yellow and white gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I have
Yep.
6 arms currently. Uh, the front two, one is a articulating, very similar to a human hand. The one next to it is holding a shield. Then I have one that's a flamethrower, one that's a healing arm, one that's a buzzsaw, and one that's a sickle.
Can
Currently.
you just
I'm
build
Valara.
He's also
Oh wait, no, not the sickle. I have one of the armatures, one of the pincer, the 3-finger pincer hands.
Okay,
like you see in the picture.
got you. The original ones. Also, he is 6-legged as well.
Yes, and I have a head on top that has a single slit eye, that is currently of a green color.
Yes.
And on the center of his chest, he has a rather beautiful filigreed symbol of a tree in the shape of a heart, and in the center, above the crest of the tree, above the point of the heart, is a luminous stone,
And
shines like the moon.
and just below that, if you pay particular attention, every once in a while you'll see a skull float around inside of his chest
a skull?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sitting on a bed of gold.
with a weird metal monocle.
Oh, and you hear laughter every now and then.
Yes.
Or mumbling.
Yeah.
Or crying.
All of the above.
Does it insult you too?
Nope.
Oh,
Okay, so it's slightly negative. So
Okay, and next,
you want to meet him?
go ahead, Valara. Introduce yourself. Give a
I'm
description.
Valara. She looks elven, but she's very tall and
Slender.
Slightly broader
she's
shouldered than a normal
more
elf.
slender than what she was.
She's
And
still broad of shoulder for an elf.
for an elf, broader shoulder and a little bit broader in the hips than most elves.
Oh, you just wish you were.
Kind of a heroic figure on an elf, and dressed in plate armor, and carries a sword and shield.
And the tabard, right? You're wearing the golden lightning bolted tabard.
Yes, tabard.
And
Yeah,
Freya.
wearing that.
I'm Freya.
Hmm.
I have beautiful red hair. I have a scar on my face, and like to the side of my
Mhm.
face, and then I am 6 foot, blunt with body, and um, wearing a gold robes, not robes,
Yeah.
hoodie. What is it called?
A
It's
hooded
robes, yeah.
a hooded robe.
Hooded robe, and a golden dress.
They look like they're looks like they're dolled up for a party or a family portrait more than anything. But they make it looks like they're comfortable in it too. Like they're dressed as a team and are playing the role.
Mhm.
They fit the role of a team.
If you feel it, it's heavy like metal.
Hmm.
Woven metal.
Very beautiful golden metal. That's good.
Okay.
All right.
kind of your version of Kevlar.
Yeah. And uh, so when it talks about taking math with you, Maddie is aware that means to take one of the eggs, not to actually carry the big one.
Oh, oh, I'm a bit sad. I wanted the big guy.
Yeah, but we still need to leave him here to keep cleaning up this area. But he's got lots of little propagation babies that you can take and help him grow somewhere else. That
I
is,
hold it.
if you are friends of nature and you're not here to just pawn him off to the highest bidder or something.
Art slowly puts away the buzzsaw and the flamethrower.
I
Nice of
take
you.
it that means you're friends of nature?
Yes. Hart makes many friends.
Mm,
Hart wants to look at the papers with the writing on the table.
Sure, sure. Most of it
can I take one of the eggs? Oh,
most of
sorry.
the papers on the desk are talking about the present crisis. The
Is this in Terran or Common?
it's a comment.
Hmm.
It's uncommonly it's unsurprising rather surprisingly it's in a modern form of common. It's not ancient in any stretch. As a matter of fact, although the papers are weathered, suggesting an old nature, it really can't be that old with the kinds of terms and such you read in the documents. Uh, it sounds like there was a bit of a panic that the whoever was responsible for the desk was trying to coordinate the developing stories, even as the people who were supposed to be gathering the information were being cut off by what seems to be a somewhat paranoid and perhaps protectionist government. Apparently trying to keep the truth from the people, so to speak.
Hmm. Hart's reading all of this out loud, obviously.
Hmm.
Do either of you want to check out the other tables while I continue to look on this
Sure,
one?
I'll go look at the other table.
Okay.
Mm.
So going back out into the main room, the other tables also are piled with documents, and most of them, three of them in particular, have information that suggests that they are separate bureaus. One of them dealing with uh, something called the interior, a second one having to do with security, and the third one doing with defense. And all of them seem to be getting stonewalled in terms of their information gathering at different factors. But the fourth one, the fourth desk, uh, it seems to be suggesting that everything is fine, that the government's advancements are being maintained, and that there is a growing pressure to maintain the government despite recently failed election.
Those words do mean something to her.
About like anybody who doesn't watch politics on TV, it's just words.
But she knows what politics is.
Well, yeah,
In essence.
you met the politician outside. You know what politicians are.
Yeah. Huh. Okay, she reports on what she found. Four, there's five sets of paper. Four say everything is being is kind of messed up, and they're trying to get information, and they're not getting it. They're being
We
stonewalled.
heard it
In
all.
other words, the information they want is on the other side of the wall, and therefore they can't get it. But this one says everything is fine, and the government is continuing. That
Hmm.
doesn't quite make sense.
And that paperwork was on the desk that was canted at a slight angle and holding the button down.
Ah,
Hmm.
I
Interesting.
wonder if the button set off something, like on purpose.
Well, yeah, the light.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's go look at one of the other rooms then. See if we can
Okay.
get more information.
Oh,
Should
she
I
does
take the
walk over.
baby egg?
Sure.
Okay, well, I would like to do it. I love
Just
that
be
one.
very careful. They're very squishy.
Oh. And pick it up slowly. Are we allowed to name them, or do they come with their own name already?
They are math.
It is
Oh,
all math.
okay.
So anyway, yeah, when you pick it up, it weighs probably almost 8 pounds,
Wow.
and yeah, given its size, it's pretty dense, and the crusty consistency crackles when you lift it, but it doesn't seem to be breaking the outer shell of it when you lift it.
Interesting. How fast do they grow? Or how fast does it grow or hatch? How long does it take to hatch, I guess?
Bury it in nest.
Oh, okay.
Find a warm place that stays warm.
Warm and moist. Yeah.
Well, and moist.
Leafy debris, that kind of thing.
Okay. I would gently put it in the bag, make sure it's covered and has like a nice cushion, and it's protected from any items touching it. So I can,
Once you've lifted it up and out of the nest, then math will actually slowly ooze itself back down the wall and cover the rest of the remaining eggs with its gooey stickiness.
have a good night. Oh, see ya later. Oh.
All right, so you're gonna go check out some of the other doors.
Yes.
All right, so across the hall or to the door left of you on the same
I
wall.
want to go. Oh, no, you can choose. Hang on.
Let's
I'll be
go
picking
to the
the egg.
door to the left since it's in
Just
the
right
same-
across.
Right across? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, as you approach that door, it says interior.
Okay.
So, opening this door, you see a single desk Facing you, behind it is a map, a gridded map uh, of a world that doesn't look anything like this one. It doesn't ring a bell to you, but it looks completely different. It has lines drawn on it, just as the maps that you've seen of Nikos, so you recognize it for what it is. And it has stick pins jammed in it at different locations on its surface that the names don't really mean anything to you. Names like Atlanta or Chicago or Los Angeles. They have no meaning. They bear no meaning to you. But
Hey, wait. Would they actually have meaning to the? I can't keep the name in my head no matter how hard I try. Give me a second.
well, while you're doing that,
Well,
let me finish the description. There's a door just to the left on the back wall next to the map, and is a rack of brochures just to the right of the entrance that says, "Please take one." And below that it says in big black brown letters, "National Parks."
Huh.
okay, so the question is, would Valera have since we made the wish?
That's what I'm saying.
She,
That's exactly what I answered by saying that it doesn't mean anything to her. She was the one who opened the
okay,
door, so I was making
right, right,
it clear that the names don't mean anything to her.
okay, sorry. Never mind.
There's no. It does not drive any familiarity at all. But she does recognize it as being a map just of a different place.
Okay. What about me? No
I just said that.
familiarity?
That's what I said,
Oh,
Gene. Yeah, I said
all
it
right.
particularly. You were the one who opened the door, so you were the one that was experiencing the map. That's why I
Ah,
said this bears no recollection to you at all.
okay.
It's just a picture. It's obviously a map because you know what maps look like, but it's not
Mhm.
of any place you've ever heard of.
Okay.
The names don't bear any meaning to you at all.
Um, can I read any of the names?
Yes,
Okay, I read the names.
like I
Does
said,
anybody recognize these names?
No.
Hmm, okay,
Nope.
and
I can't either.
the brochures have odd names too, like Yellowstone or Grand Canyon
Mm.
or Rocky Mountain.
Isn't a mountain always rocky? Why is this one special?
But yeah, it's interesting to think of Yellowstone too, because you're going, wait, Yellowstone. Stone isn't usually yellow.
It's a
Underneath it
jewel.
says horror picture show. Oh no.
Are there pictures in the brochure? She leaves through it.
Sure.
Okay, she
Wait,
takes them.
is Yellowstone a jewel?
Good
I
question.
don't.
It looks like it's a mountain, kind of
Oh,
broken off on one side, and the wording underneath said half dome.
oh, okay. Interesting.
Some sort
Maybe
of
there's Yellowstones inside the dome.
Looks like somebody took a domed rock and just split it right down the face.
this clearly is a scam because they're selling brochures to places that don't exist.
Well, it's not even a scam of that part because they're saying free, take one.
Yeah.
Well, they want people to buy tickets to go to these places, I'm sure.
Is the pyramids by
Unless
chance
it's
in this?
Right below it, much smaller, is another map of looks like the same geographic location, but then below that it says uh, Native American
Hmm. Question.
and
Is there? Oh,
shows
sorry.
different differentiated areas within the same map that are marked out as things like Ogala tribe or Western Pacific Sioux or whatever.
Perhaps barbarians, because they're natives.
Well, that doesn't mean the same thing. Barbarian is those that are outsiders.
Yeah, but the word tribe I was looking at.
Yeah, but you met tribes of other people, so that's not. It doesn't
Barbarian
have
does not equal tribesman here in a
right.
fantasy world. It
Oh,
means
It means
a fighting style.
yeah, collection of people who have shared culture.
okay.
Is there
But it's just odd that it
a
shows the same map with breakdowns of other things within it. Even though the
Hmm.
national parks are, you also see how many of them correlate, where the national parks are right next to the various of these tribal
Tribes?
locations.
Yeah.
uh,
All right, we'll start moving to the next room.
Okay,
He puts
well,
the brochure away
can you
in
guys
their
hear me?
back.
so yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I've been trying to ask a question. I think
Okay, please ask away.
well, yeah. So, is there since they like these? This is Nikos. There's a map of Nikos, right? But as a
This is not a
oh,
map
it's
of
not
Nikos.
Nikos.
That's what
Oh,
I
this is
specified. It's of another
oh,
place. You know, you
oh
can
okay.
recognize the characteristics that make it a map, but it is not of a place you recognize.
Oh, okay, sorry then. Never mind. Then
Okay.
never mind. The
Neighbors.
question is not relevant.
So Hart moves towards the door in the back with the black handle. The door opens with ease, and you see a space that's about 20 by 40 long ways, and um, there is signs of violence. The tables are knocked over, papers are thrown about. There's signs of a couple of scorch marks where it looks like somebody let loose some fire in here. And at the far end, there is a body literally stapled to the wall with a lance.
Oh.
This is the
How
first
old?
signs of violence we've seen in this entire place.
That is
Yeah.
correct.
So he'll enter the room and tell everyone, "Be
Careful.
careful."
Mm,
Some
okay.
sort of
Yes, and
fight when
in
here.
particular, the lance at the other end is not a classic medieval era heavy lance or anything like that. It's a very long, thin pole, uh,
Gold.
maybe 10 feet long.
And there's
Uh,
like a round bottom on it.
no, no, it's got feathers and beads around the entire length of it, and down near where the handles would be, it's looks like they used some form of doe skin rawhide or something to cover the last 3 feet of it to make a useful handle for
Right.
multi hand use in combat.
Hmm.
Is this? He's gonna call
Oh, okay.
Valara over and look at the uh, pike and ask if this is similar to the make of the kith.
Oh, good point. Good point. Um, the structure seems thinner, and the beads and such are you're not gonna like this oceanic. They look like the little puka shells and such. So somebody's near a large body of water to have made this.
Hmm.
Mm,
Besides which,
cool.
But
there's
that sort of
hardly
tribal.
any wood like this up there.
Well,
What
it's
I saw, sometimes their things were made of bone.
Yeah.
It's still a similar style.
yeah, it's similar style. It's a
Similar style, but
Materials are different, but similar style.
right.
I don't. And if they used hide, it was like oryx hide, which is so much heavier.
Well, the style, but we're talking about style. It's
Mm.
a different material.
Yeah. Well, people use what they have at hand.
Yes.
Speaking of which, you'll
They,
also see curved axes that look like they were made for throwing. The heads of them are curved with blades that extend lower on the bottom than on the top. Uh, the handle itself is curved and made of what looks to be rib bones.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, whatever attacked here was far closer to the ground, so to speak, far closer to nature itself than it is to the technological end of things. There's no metal in any of the weaponry that you find.
And the
Mhm.
body is a skeleton already, right?
Yes, all of the bodies are skeletons, and a couple of them have actually been beheaded, and all of them show scarring on the skulls, on the
Like they were
forelock, on the forelocks in particular.
like hit over the head with an axe.
Like they were scalped.
Scalped.
Yes,
Oh.
somebody counted coup on these dead.
Uh, and the axe are made of stone, I'm guessing. Or like
The
Or
bone.
their
You said a
bones.
bone. You made a bone, right?
some are bone, some are sharpened rock like obsidian. Looks like a kind of a dark glass.
I'm gonna pick up one of them that has the dark glass.
Okay, so you pick up an obsidian throwing axe. Okay.
Yeah. Hmm, this is interesting.
The people that the dead here are dressed oddly. They have what's left of their clothing is pretty much threadbare, but they are wearing a at the base they're wearing an undershirt, an overshirt with a weird noose-like knot around their necks, and an over jacket of a thicker material.
Did we
Um,
already see some people wearing these noose-like knots
Yes,
before?
yes, you have. You saw them in. They were in the very edge of the solarium area.
ties. Oh. In the
Hmm.
meta, like,
In meta, yes, they're wearing suits and ties.
well, yeah. But I mean, in the meta, like, this feels like America had a time when there was a storm, like in Nikos, and the Indians attacked some said storm or whatever.
You mean Native Americans attacked?
Yeah,
Yes.
Native Americans attacked. Yeah. That's what it feels like in the
Yeah,
meta.
Mhm.
but now they're in Nikos, and neither of them exist here.
Mhm.
No, this building shouldn't exist here.
Well, it
Happening
does.
on
And
this.
so,
Should.
is there anything else of particular note in this room? Like,
Um,
what is the purpose of this room?
well, it looks like this again must have been some form of communication room because each desk has that black box with the cross handle and the weird wiring connecting the handle to the. It's metal wire, but it's long since lost its coating, and so the wire is spiraled. Underneath it would be a pile of little blackish debris from the plastic and rubber decaying. Um,
You will pick up one of the handles.
okay, it's hefty. It's surprisingly hefty. It feels shiny, or it feels smooth, like bone. But on the if you grab it just the way your hand would naturally grab it, you'll see that on the end of the bone there are little tiny holes drilled at the top and the bottom, more at the bottom than at the top.
He shakes it a little bit.
It'll rattle a little bit, and the wire, of course, you can feel the springiness of the wire still connected to the handle.
Hmm.
Hmm.
These are hefty enough that you could probably use it as a small cudgel, almost like a belaying pin.
He kind of lifts it up to his own head and kind of taps it on his head to feel how
It's real,
hard it is.
it's real funny because I can just see the visual of that. You're tapping it as if you were trying to talk on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
When
Yeah.
Valar sees that, she walks over and picks up another one and says,
What are you guys doing? What
and
is that?
she looks at it and then she puts it up alongside her head and
Okay. Just as Hart is doing, you're now both looking at each other with these things to your heads. You realize that the space with all the holes at the bottom approximate where your mouth would be.
it must be some sort of communication device. Look at this covers my ear and if I turn it this way, that covers my mouth.
Well, it could be vision, and he puts both
Puts them
of
up
them
in
over
front of his
his eyes.
eyes.
It might just be like a fashion sense you put on your leg.
Boy, do you guys look ridiculous right now.
Maybe
Only you
it's
could see yourself.
maybe it's portable defense, and he'll throw one and see if it will zing back because of the
Because the
coiled.
spring, yeah, so it goes across the floor
Right.
about 30 paces, and then because the wires don't have the protective coating, which actually cause the elasticity, it just lays there.
Oh,
It stretches the wire out and pinches at the points where the rotation occurred. It pinches them a little bit, so they'll never kind of go back to its original shape again.
well, that wasn't it.
So,
He
I
lifts
think
up
damaged
the
it.
box that they were sitting on and shakes that.
okay, and that rattles a little bit more, but more importantly, it makes a ringing sound.
Mmm.
It's a bell.
He smashes it to open it up.
Okay, yeah. Poof. The bakelite outer covering shatters from the impact, and you pick it apart, and sure enough, there is a small metal bell with a little clapper inside of it.
I like bells.
Yeah,
Well,
there's a whole
take
room
that
full
with
of them
you.
here. There are maybe 10 of those phone-like units on the tables around the room.
Well, we'll take one of the bells.
Okay.
I'll get me something here today. I get a obsidian knight or thorn.
Yep.
You get a bow.
I think
Her
we could
gets
spend a lot
hugs.
of time in here and not accomplish much.
I think we're
can do that
camping a
anywhere.
lot.
What? We have a map to a place we have no idea of, pictures of a place that no one knows about.
But look it. And I show her. I say, I
knife.
open my bag.
Yeah.
No, not the bag. I open the bag and look it. Math. We found math. And we
We
can
all
share
will live
math
to
amongst
regret
all
it.
the world.
No, okay, that's
You in meta, Gene? Does Valar what is Valar using for a weapon?
I am using the sword you made me.
Oh yes.
Can I have?
Then you don't have a use for this sword then.
No, it's a rapier. At
Completely
this
different,
time, no.
completely
Can
different
you
style
make
of
it
fighting.
into a? Can you form it into a staff or something?
No, it's
No, it's a
rapier.
rapier.
I know, but you melt it down the and
and the magic will not stay on it.
Why not?
If you change its shape, it will destroy the magic.
No,
That's
it
not
is.
true. Heart can change the shape, but he doesn't do it by melting it down yet.
Right.
Oh,
He didn't forge.
In fact, he melted down all the red gold to get rid of the magic of their curse.
Right.
Okay. And the other thing is about that is that there isn't enough metal in a rapier to make a staff.
It could make a coil of wire on a handle of a staff.
yeah, they kind of go.
Whoopee.
Or around the
But-
around
But the point is that the weapon is the weapon. It's
Yeah,
not something else. So
Yeah, okay.
But if he wanted a bludgeoning staff, if I took the wire from the rapier, wrapped it around the top of the staff, it would still have the flame properties. And it
Would it?
would be a flaming staff thing.
Think.
I don't know. Doesn't matter. We'll figure something out.
Since he said that the blade looks like a nose, you should call it Pinocchio.
Oh man.
If only you could enchant it to like grow into a lance or something.
No, we'll call it Pinpokio
Yeah,
there you go.
stop.
Yes.
because it's a stabby
Stabbing
rapier.
weapon. That's right.
Pinpokio.
Nice.
Pinocchio.
My brain hurts.
Does it get longer if I lie?
No.
No, only
Oh.
if you tell the truth.
No.
How
No.
about half lives?
Nope.
Okay, so is there anything else in this room?
Yeah, it shows that one of the things you'll notice is that there are several copies of really grayed and dilapidated papers that really you can only read while they're laying on the ground because they're so fragile. But on the front, it's got the 3 letters in big font that says war.
Wow.
Down
What is it
down
good
down down
for?
below that it says failure of the republic leads to chaos, and shows an image, a weirdly natural looking image of people wearing odd brilliant colored war paint on their faces, uh, charging people, and they're carrying in the image you see tomahawks and lances like the one stuck on the wall.
Hmm. No,
Where
I
did
just
they
realized.
enter into this room? Because the only entrance to this room from the hallway
What's the
was
other room?
perfectly normal,
Yep.
and there's no signs of struggle or fighting in any of the rest of the rooms.
Yes, the only odd thing is that there is a broken picture frame leaning against the left wall from your standpoint of view coming into the room.
Alright,
I'm
we'll
also surprised.
sorry, go ahead.
I'm also surprised Math hasn't squeezed under the door and broken down the bones yet. Those are some of his favorites.
Yep.
Maybe he's not capable of something like that.
We can just give him the bones.
Art will go over to the broken picture.
Mm-hmm. And lifting up the frame, it's again one of those really finely made Baroque frames, although it's now damaged and cracked and splintered somewhat on the one corner. On the bottom, it's just a
On the
second.
bottom.
And the
Oh.
bottom, it's from Boston.
It's in Blessed,
Boston.
Boston.
Same
Oh,
place
some-
where you get good cream pies.
Ew.
From Boston.
Yeah, on the
But-
on the bottom is a little platen that says Big Horn.
Bighorn.
Oh, sorry.
What's the picture show?
That's funny.
What's the picture show? There is no picture. There's just the frame.
Oh,
I have a question. If I use my my sense ability on the obsidian stone, would I be able to detect where it came from, or like if I know if it's of Nikos or is it not of this of our world?
You wouldn't think of that.
Oh, okay.
You're talking about your sense for magic things?
Yeah. Oh, well, I was just thinking.
You're talking about just your detect magic.
Well, why wouldn't I? Well, I guess you're right. Well, you're right.
You have a
No,
passive you have a passive
Passive perception.
for slight magics
Yep.
Right.
because of
And-
your wild magic stuff.
Right.
Yeah, like,
And this items doesn't display magic above that threshold. So and you didn't. It's not high enough to have triggered or not. Your passive perception isn't high enough to have triggered it being revealed as such.
okay. I just was wondering. I had this idea. That I asked.
Sure.
Hard will push his hand against the wall behind the picture, as if I don't know, maybe there's a secret door.
Yes. Just because of your mass and positioning, your fingers will actually dent the drywall, and a powdery white substance will fall to the ground where you came in contact with it.
Oh,
Didn't
we'll
take
scrape
all
a
day.
little bit of away.
Okay. And you see the entire wall underneath the veneer of paint is made of the same kind of powdery substance.
Does it reveal a board game called Jumanji?
It does
Oh
not.
God, please don't.
We're already playing it.
It's not.
She plays it every day. She said they have a little baby Yama that's black.
Mm. So is there windows out of this room or something? Could they maybe have come through the windows?
Well, the window at the end of the room looks out into the wilds the way you guys came in. It's literally one of the first windows to the right of your entry point. So no, it doesn't show any signs of the window ever being opened. The little latch is still latched, and it looks like they painted over it since the last time it was opened.
I see no way that these beings could have gotten in to attack. There's
wonder
no opening.
nobody was out in the place except for in here when they did attack.
No, but then there would be disturbances. The doors would be left ajar. There would be signs of a fight outside in the hall.
Maybe there's a type of maybe they use a type of swift master to come into the room and then out.
But even then, you would expect some kind of disturbance. The rest of the place was pristine and covered in dust.
Yep.
Ooh.
Why do I hear bagpipes?
That's because the Scottish Army marches by Jean's house whenever her phone rings.
Well,
Hardwell, let's go check the next room, see if it shows any similar signs.
Okay, so going back out, you pass back by the desk and the stuff. Did anybody take any of the brochures, or are we just leaving them?
Let's make a brochure. That sounds like fun.
Which one would you like?
I'm gonna take one of each, honestly.
That's what it says. Please take one.
Oh, take one only. Oh. I'm gonna
One of each,
take.
you'd end up with like a whole bookcase full.
Yes.
Oh. I'm gonna pick by random.
Okay,
I
by
wrote-
random. Roll a d6 for me.
In meta, we're talking about one of those huge things that like shows every single national park of the U.S.
Right.
So it usually takes up a whole wall.
Yep.
More, not more so.
I got a 3.
You got a 3? An odd 3?
Yep.
On percentage dice? Really?
Oh, it's a percentage dice.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Ah.
Roll percentage.
Also, by the way, we found out that if you have a disability, you can
too.
apply to get a lifetime free park membership that lets you get free parking and free entry into every national park in the U.S.
That's awesome.
That's what my parents went and did. I found out after they came back.
Nice. So you're gonna get to go to all the parks now. Yay.
Well, they did. They didn't take me with them.
Oh,
Well, you can get it here, shouldn't you? Isn't there a national park around here?
No.
there are.
Alright.
Yeah, there's Arrowhead National Park, and there's a couple of others here. Near.
Yeah, but
Okay. Anyways, I have 32 then.
Okay. Yeah, you grab one for. Oh, let's go with Smoky Hill National Park.
Sweet. I'm gonna put this down. Now I know all about the Smoky Hills.
well, I think it should be
I-
something crappy like Joshua Tree.
No.
No one likes Joshua Tree. I don't understand people that go visit Joshua Tree, by the way.
Quite often they want to go smoke marijuana.
Whoa.
The people that I know go to Joshua Tree go because there's nobody out there. They can.
The only reason why I can understand is to go out there, like some people, friends of mine, went out not too long ago to see that comet because there's no light pollution.
Right.
Like the people that
Is it-
camp there, I'm like, oh my god, what? Why?
Is it just a desert?
Some
Yeah, it's
people
just a
like
desert.
the desert. The calm, the peace, the stars at night.
The
Some people's
boiling
goal is
sky.
just to visit every national park.
Yeah.
It's called Death Valley for a reason.
The
you know?
scorpions, the
The rattlesnakes.
horny toads that spit their blood at you. Yeah.
Look,
good.
Oh, those
if
things
you
are
go
cool.
to the lower desert, you won't get Death Valley.
No, but the Joshua Tree is naturally up in the desert. That's what we're talking about. Is the
Yeah,
parks.
it's out near.
That's all we're talking about is the national parks, Gene. We're not criticizing the desert. We're just saying Joshua Tree as itself seems like a remote place to go, and I think that's why people go there.
I'm
Because-
looking down the alphabet, and I finally decide on Yosemite National Park.
Okay, so you
Okay.
took the Yosemite one. Okay. I believe if you look in the if you actually looked in the Yosemite brochure, I think there is something about Bighorn there. So let me go look to see if that's the truth.
Hmm.
Is there anything about the Yellowstone? I actually would like to take the Yellowstone too. It's
Well, you did look at
awesome.
the Yellowstone one earlier, so you probably would have swapped that out. Started to pick up the one that you rolled for, and then decided, no, that one looks better. So okay, you got that one instead.
What's the one that the redwoods are in?
Redwood
Redwood.
National.
Sequoia National Park.
I like the one with the big trees.
There you go.
Really big trees.
Yes.
Ones you can drive through. That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
one of the coolest places I've ever driven through.
I want to go. We gotta go to Washington because you can go through that way and go to the park.
You can do that in Northern California, up
Yeah.
near Samoa. It's a place called the Samoa Cookhouse that used to be an old logger cafe, and now they do the best like family style eating.
All I remember about Sequoia is the only time that my little girl ever was carsick. That girl loved to travel, but the windy roads in Sequoia were so bad. The
Mhm.
twisty, turny ups and downsies were so bad on her It made the trip definitely memorable because we had to stop every 300 yards or whatever to let her yag some more. It was awful.
We went up and into like a misty area, and then all of a sudden we saw an elk on the road, like a gigantic one, bigger than my dad's huge truck. And
Uh-huh.
we stopped, and then as the mist cleared, we were surrounded by elk on all sides. We have no idea how we drove that deep into
Elk
being
territory.
surrounded. Yeah, but we were completely surrounded by these gigantic elk, just the biggest elk I've ever seen.
Nice.
Taller than my dad's truck, which is like a huge, extra long bed truck that we used to pull our fifth wheel trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but that sounds delicious for some reason.
Wow.
Dude, elk is
Elk?
amazing.
It is.
Says the druid metagame.
Yes, exactly.
I almost lost a dog to a herd of elk.
Oh. Well, at
Well,
least you
actually,
didn't.
he took off. They were out throwing down birds, and being field trialed. His trainer was just running him on an exercise thing because he was traveling to a field trial, and let the dogs out in small groups. And then he took Hunter out, put him down, and just about that time, this herd of elk came in to the field. And I think my dog must have said something. That's the biggest bird I've ever seen, and took out after the elk. Trainer went after the dog. The rangers went after the trainer, and the dog brought him around in a circle, a 35-mile circle, all
Wow.
the time, herding the big birds.
So, Hart burns the rest of the brochures to prevent further browsing.
What?
he's casting an anti-knot spell. We found
Yeah.
it.
Wait, you can't do that. That's damaging of personal goods.
No, somebody
No,
else
it's
might
not.
come here and want it.
That was a metaphorical anyway because he's just saying let's move on. That's what he's saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Those politicians.
Next room.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so the next room, the door says defense. After
Alright,
the
well,
Hart,
after the last room
Put
you
your shield
saw,
out.
you're a little worried.
Put the shield up.
Hart
This-
opens the door.
Okay, opening the door, there is a physical pressure released from the room, as if the air inside was warmer.
Like that,
Uh,
a vacuum or something?
Yeah, no,
Oh.
it's just like the area inside is warmer than the area inside.
Oh, like a heater is in there. Oh, is that another sword?
Well, when you look in, you see again the ubiquitous desk with the telephone contraption on the top of it. In this case, there is a big red button underneath or right next to where the phone is, and you're already familiar with what those are more than likely for. The door behind it, you can see, is shattered and splintered by holes from about the shoulder level down to about the knee. Must be 40 holes in it, in varying sizes, from just tiny splintering parts where possibly the whatever didn't come all the way through, to large bore, maybe 1.5 inch wide holes blown through and splintering the door.
Was
what's
the
in this-
holes going into the other room or out of that room?
Oh, coming out of the room because you see the wood splinters all over the floor outside the door.
Ooh.
So somebody was inside and firing out.
Out.
Yep.
Does
Right.
this room show signs of attack from the Indians?
No sign of any violence at all really here. There is a corpse in the similar attire, although it's a female, so it's in a skirt instead of trousers. But it's down to the bones as well. The clothing is
Floyd?
high quality, somewhat bluish, although greatly faded outer jacket and a blue tie.
Can we have Floyd bring this one alive? And
No.
Okay.
We don't do those things, Laura said.
Whoa.
There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't want to have him have the temptation.
Yes.
Who is Floyd?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Why would you
Okay.
not want to know?
Oh, is
It's
Floyd
a-
the skull?
It is.
It's
Yes.
a talking
He
head.
taps his chest.
He's an ultra lich.
Cool.
and he's a friend. He's
Well,
going to save the world.
can you tell us if it's human?
He
Yeah, it's definitely
comes
human.
out of.
So
He
then-
wants to save thy world by kill everybody,
No,
destroy
no,
them
no. He
all.
No,
doesn't
it's
want
not,
I'm
to.
Gene.
gonna
You,
rule the world.
Gene,
Well, no.
you are inferring so much that is not true.
I've heard him yell it.
Yeah, I want to rule the world. And then we fix that.
He wants to save
So
or
you
slave the
say.
world, and then we're gonna get him to save the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think you're changing his mind.
Hey,
I
I
feel like
changed
we are.
yours, so
Yep, it's possible. Okay, so anyway, you're talking about that. Uh, there's the sound of motion in the room beyond.
Is there another math over there? Do you know? I look at the druid.
There is only one math nest in here that I know of.
That's correct.
Which in this one? This room.
What are some of the other denizens of this place?
Oh, so now that's a good.
Well, she
question.
tells you about the. She mentions again the politician that you already ran into. That there's some two-faced gits. They're running around in the other wing, and this room she hasn't been into mainly because there's the sound of explosions and violence in it from time to time.
What the hell? Really? That's
So-
terrifying.
what is in this first room besides the desk?
Well, there's a scale on the wall showing something called DEFCON, DEFCON 1, DEFCON 2, DEFCON 3, DEFCON 4. And
Well, yeah.
beside it are descriptions of expected violence at those levels. So, DEFCON 1 is local skirmishes not infecting the internal government. DEFCON 2, governmental conflicts that may or may not affect the government.
Isn't it the other way though? Isn't 1 like the worst one and 5 the? Never mind. Doesn't matter.
The third one is DEFCON 3. Anyway, the final one says life-ending event, life-ending event, or other extreme
Catastrophic.
requirement, and shows alternatives for thermonuclear warfare, whatever that means.
Ooh. Does the show the light? Does the light show what
No,
DEFCON it is right now?
nope. It's just a scale.
Alright. I'm gonna say hello. Hello? Anybody here?
There's no answer.
Well,
We
that's
probably have some creepy crawly critter in the next room.
good. Well, maybe we have to wait for the bubbles.
Art's
I'll just-
going. Art's going to take out the shield and move towards the door riddled with bullets.
Okay.
Holes.
I
Not
don't
that he
know
knows
if they
what those
exist
are.
here, but I have heard of the dreaded reporters too. Don't know
Nice.
much about them, never seen them, but I've heard they're a thing.
Nice.
They're a thing, huh?
Yeah. All right. So as you pull the door open, an even hotter blast of air comes out, and it has that sickeningly sweet smell of jungle decay. So it's almost like you open the door outside, but the area inside is bathed in a yellowish light, and the jungle life forms don't match anything local. Big fronds of fern-like leaves make up the majority of what you can see. A plant known as kudzu is a good example. It's a big, broad-leafed plant that takes up the majority of your line of sight, and you can hear what sounds like tribal drums somewhere in the distance.
Wait. Okay. Is this one of those doors that
I
are?
sense a board game nearby.
Please stop. Please stop, Travis. Let's not do this with that board game. Is the door like a dimensional door?
Doesn't seem to be. It just literally opens and into the jungle. It makes no
Okay.
sense. I mean, you saw the building from the outside, so you know that this can't possibly be a jungle. Nonetheless, that's what you were experiencing looking into the room.
And I know a dimensional door because I've seen it multiple times already.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't look like it, all right. was a good question to ask. All right, giant metal, beautiful beings of first.
What?
Sorry, I was trying to say heart first, but I was trying to say metal, beautiful beings.
I
I don't
got
know.
you.
I know I was trying to think of like something compliment, but not saying ladies first, but more like giant metal automatons with very strong weapons first. I don't know.
You have
I
powerful
can't think.
weapons. You go first.
Yep, pretty much.
Seen things you've only seen in your nightmares. Things you can't even imagine. Things you can't even
Okay.
see.
Okay.
There
Are
are
we
things
gonna?
that hunt you in the night. Then something screams. Then you hear them eating, and you hope to God that you're not dessert. Afraid? You don't even know what afraid is.
Stop
Is that a
talking
movie quote?
about
Was that a
Jumanji.
movie quote? Because that sounded like a movie quote. Or was
That
that
is,
just
that's what he says in Jumanji when he asks about it's just a jungle,
nice?
and he's
Nice.
like,
That's
Well done then. I'll give you a BP for that because that sounded like a quote and yet you did it so fluidly. It sounded like you must
it
have
was a
seen it 100
quote.
times.
"Thank you."
It was
I
I
think
even
we
knew
just
he was
shut
talking
the
about
door and
Jumanji.
leave whatever's in there alone.
We need to make friends.
No,
So
we
Hart
don't.
Hart will use the flaming rapier and start trying to cut a swath into
Okay.
the way.
The flaming blade, although it's normally used only for piercing, you're able to like hack and basically punch your way through. The fire effect doesn't really seem to be doing a lot of particular damage, but it is giving a light as you enter the
Well,
space.
I'm thinking like swiping it fast enough, kind of like a weed whacker thing, like
Okay,
whipping through and the heat helping it cut through.
sure, sure.
She
Taking
takes out her.
taking that approach, there's a mental picture. I'm trying to think what the movie was where a guy does just that thing. I think it's from a court jester where he takes the sword and just goes fanatic on it, just 1,000 swings at a minute, going whack 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 to get it to work. But so it's taking you a long. You're not moving ahead very fast, but you are getting the effect done. It's just acting like a weed whacker. You're just
Right.
having to.
She takes out her sword and helps.
Okay. Once there's two of you abreast, you can cut through it pretty quickly. And as you cut through, you come to the edge of an expanse, a cliff, if you will. And across the distance, you see from here to there is a very rotten looking rope bridge with wooden cross members. The depth of it is such that you can see down below, probably at a distance of a couple hundred feet at least.
So this door went to the outside.
Looks like it.
We did.
But we
Can
were
I look at the?
facing the inward facing door because we just
Then
came across the hall
this
from the
room
one
shouldn't
facing the
be here.
window.
This place shouldn't be here.
Can I look at the door? The
And
door
I
is
just
the.
soon not be here.
Okay.
Well, I can't make it across that rickety bridge.
And I wouldn't trust myself across that bridge.
I trust you across that bridge.
Well, let's go back and see if we can at least get
While
that.
you're talking, you hear you I guess you'd experience it as the sound of something ripping through the leaves faster than any of you can move. You really can't acknowledge it, and then almost immediately there's the loud report of a weapon, an explosion.
Where? In front of us?
No, it passes between you. The whatever it was that came screaming
I
through.
think we go back out the door.
I concur.
Okay.
That-
Let's go. Run.
That
Run.
was a gun.
Yep. And as you get back to the door and push your way through, you'll see that there is a new hole in the door itself, about an inch in diameter, still smoking.
Mhm. Is there a wall attached to this door frame, or is it
Oh
just
yeah,
a door frame?
of course it's a door. It's a wall attached to the door frame. Oh, on the inside. No, you're right. When you open the door, no, you look inside and the door doesn't have. There's no structure. On the outside, you could see past it into the forest.
So
This is a place that really doesn't belong here in this place.
maybe we could destroy the door on this side, on the outside, so then it destroys whatever that's connecting it to the other side.
Maybe wall it up.
No, I mean, well, no, well, if you destroyed
How
the
are you
anchor, maybe it'll just
how are you going to destroy it? That's my question.
um time explosion. It seems like the door gets hit damaged already.
What's the door made of?
Wood. It's a matter of fact. It's
Fire.
two layers of veneer over empty space. It's an
I
interior door.
I don't think that there's any way that we could destroy it without compromising the rest of the building. If I were to set it on fire to burn the door and the door frame, then it's just as likely to continue and get the rest of the room.
Mm. Mm.
But you know not to go here, so it's easy enough to avoid.
Yeah, we avoided. We avoided.
Well, I was just thinking if
Sure.
it was possible. All right,
Sure.
let's go.
Okay. So next door to the right or the one across the hall again back zigzag to the one next to the press
Zigzagging's
room.
working pretty well.
So going across back to the one next to the press room. On this one it says
This should be the last door in this quad.
right, it is. And it says um, oh FHA, Department of Housing.
Hmm.
You push the door open as you have with the others, and again the ubiquitous desk. On the wall beside it is a picture of uh, a black man. Has a bit of wistfulness on his face, and below it in large letters it says, "I have a dream."
What?
I have a
I
dream.
have a dream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
Nothing different here. A Department of Housing. Maybe,
Roro.
maybe kind of a city planner. Or...
Yep, there's a door beyond it as usual. The desk and chair is there, and there's a little paper folded note that says "back in 10 min."
And Min.
10 min.
What's Min?
That's the way she reads it. Back in 10 minutes. I guess he never came back. Or she. Or it.
Who knows a minute?
She just
It means
does.
minute.
Wow, you're good at this.
Well, it's familiar.
Hmm.
Art goes
So-
behind the desk.
Okay. There's a chair there. There's a large, oversized, brown and green patterned bag with big leather looping handles. The leather is cracked and broken, like it's really old. The bag is folded over so that the handles are preventing you from looking into the bag, but it's sizable. It's probably a foot and a half wide and about as deep, about a foot and a half deep, with the handles folded over the top.
Hmm.
Art will reach down and open the bag.
Okay. From the outside of the bag looking in, you see what could be possibly the lid of a canteen. There's a sloping container underneath the lid. Off to the side, inside, are several other smaller bags inside of the larger bag, and one of them has a metal, kind of a clipped opening, along with a zipper down the side of it, which is very strange. It looks like it's held together, but it's held together by metal teeth.
Oh, interesting.
Art will pull out that bag.
Okay, it's fairly stiff. Even though I said the word bag, it feels stiff, like it's made out of leather, and the clasp on the side of it seems to be holding the device closed. There are small hinges on the ends of the metal and keeping it secure. Looks like if you undo the clasp, the two hinged parts will separate, opening the container inside so you can see what's in.
Does so.
Okay. it makes a satisfying little click, and when it opens, you see coins, smaller, flatter, and more dull than coins you've seen before, varying in size from a standard copper coin size down to something almost half the size of a copper piece.
That's
Hmm.
weird. What is that?
I'll be right back, everybody.
All right. Now I'm gonna have a look at the coins. Do they have an image on it or something?
They do. Again, with the weird curly hair. One of them doesn't, though. One of them's got a close cropped hair and a black beard. Or not a black beard, but a beard kind of shaped on the side of its face.
I picked up.
All the images are from the profile, so they're not heads on. You're looking at the sides of their heads.
I flipped the coin around to see if there's anything on the back of them.
Okay, on the little tiny ones, the little ones that are of a copper color, you do see in this case of this one in particular, two little stalks of wheat to the left and the right, and the words 1 cent in ONECENT across the face, across
A
that.
penny.
There's a penny. What's a penny? I
A
guess.
penny. It's a copper penny.
I'm looking at her. What's a copper penny? That's what I'm
It's a
asking you.
coin.
It's a coin that. What is it for?
Because it takes 100 of them to make $1.
Okay, then what's a dollar?
A bigger coin or a paper.
Okay, what is it for though?
Money.
Oh,
You're familiar with money, so it's not a
Yeah.
difficult thing. But the terms.
yeah. I get the money part. She did. She
But
just
she-
kept on.
Yeah, and well, no, and she's again, she's speaking from her memories, but again, it's almost like she's spouting words she doesn't really know what they mean, per se. I mean, she knows what money is, knows how they work somehow.
Oh, interesting. So, is there any papers?
Well,
Dollars
there's that weird set of teeth with what looks like a little metal tongue hanging off the end of it. It's hanging loose, so it looks like it could be manipulated, like you could drag it or something.
Oh, pull
Maybe I
that
could
tab.
Oh, okay. And I pull it.
Okay, when you do, the secondary portion of the little bag opens up, and sure enough, you see a lot of what looks like greenish paper stacked inside of it.
Is this the dollar you speak of?
Well,
She pulls out one that's got a Benjamin on it, and shows 100 on the paper facing.
that's worth $100.
$100.
See the numbers? 100. That's 100.
Who takes this as currency?
She doesn't remember.
I just know that.
Should we have some just in case we meet people who take that currency, or should we just leave it?
I don't know if it's worth anything here. They don't use gold. or they-
The druid can tell you that the dollars are made out of cotton, some kind of paper, some kind of cloth.
I'm back. Sorry about that. We
Alright.
got
Yeah.
a little husky puppy with a sprained shoulder.
Oh no!
Oh,
Got
What
to
happened
wrestling
to
too big with the big dogs, huh?
Well, it was actually her parents and cousin that she went to go visit. She got hurt while playing too rough with them.
oh, poor little one.
Does
So she
get
kept
big?
coming. I think her pain pill was wearing off, so she kept coming over to me and whining and wanting her shoulder rubbed. So I was rubbing her shoulder. So I took her to my parents to go give her pain pill for the night.
Okay. That's too
Cool.
bad. It'll pass. That's
I-
usually.
I'm worried it's a little dislocated because I feel that shoulder's a little more bony than the other one.
Is
You
she
take it
safe?
to the vet.
Okay.
Huh?
Also, in that little pouch where you found the paper,
$100.
you also find a shiny square of paper with an image on it.
Oh, what is that?
It looks
I'll pick
like
it up.
looks like about a 20 to 25-year-old person, female, with her hands on the shoulders of a smaller, maybe 10 to 12-year-old person.
Oh, it's a picture. I bet it's of the family.
Wait,
It's a picture.
it's a picture. It's metal. This is a metal
No, no,
picture?
no, no, no,
Oh,
no.
there's a paper one, right?
It's
Yeah.
it's not a painting.
Made of vellum.
Yep.
Oh.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's
Does it
Vellum,
shiny.
have it? I flip
vellum
it
is
over.
the closest that we would have, I think.
Yeah.
No, vellum's actually leather, isn't it? I think that.
Yeah.
No, vellum is a wax treated paper.
Okay.
No, I flip it over and see if
It
there's
makes
anything
it
on the back.
it makes it semi waterproof and
Gotcha. It works. But yeah, it's like that only in an image, and the image is starkly real looking compared to other things you've seen.
It's shiny. It's, no, it's a
I flip it
picture.
over.
Uh huh. On the back it says Phyllis and Thomas.
Phyllis and Thomas.
Interesting.
Is there any other pictures in this?
Mm,
Or
no, no other pictures. Although there are some pieces of odd plastic, really strange material. It feels substantive, so to speak, but it also has some flexibility to it, and it has a 16-digit number across the front of it, and the name Phyllis Angelus on it.
Is there any dead bodies near me?
Nope.
What do we do with this?
Like,
Well,
how many numbers were on it?
16.
credit card. You
Oh.
remember those cards we used at the Requiem?
Oh,
At the
are these
reliquary.
what they
At the
use?
reliquary.
Re-
Yeah, these.
reliquary.
Yep. As soon as you
I
mentioned
didn't
that.
use that.
No,
Oh,
you
sorry.
didn't. You didn't. But you now know what they look like. Yes. So these are.
no, yes. Freya was the one that figured out that if she prestidigitated on a card,
Yep.
it would read it as full.
Yep.
Yeah, but I only used the whatever my.
But you do
imagination-
remember what they look like, and this is exactly what the reliquary
Oh.
cards look like.
So this is for us to go shopping at the reliquary. Okay, I'm gonna keep this just in case I ever go back and meet the zombies friends.
It does have the name Phyllis on it.
Oh, Phyllis! I yell for Phyllis.
Nice.
Phyllis, are you here?
No answer.
Can I have this?
If the bodies are down to skeletons and the clothes are down to threads, how long ago do you think that this happened?
Well, I just want to make sure I'm not stealing. That's
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. No, I get you for that, and that's why. The way you word it is, if you don't want me to have this, say so.
Yes. If you don't want me to have this, say so.
I don't want you to have it.
Exactly.
All right.
There's
I
no
put it
answer,
down.
so you can yes. This is
Okay,
this
okay.
is not this is not thievery. This is looting bodies, which is slightly
It's
different.
grave robbing.
It's grave robbing.
Okay.
Slightly different.
Whoever put it here, left it here, was supposed to come back, and he probably met an ill fate.
You're making
there.
it sound worse.
Yes. Stop helping me! Stop helping me! He says. All right. So now you got the only other place from here is the interior door.
Isn't that where the big thing is?
Well,
Well,
there's
it's
the
in the
gap,
direction-
and then there's the four
Right.
other doors.
Right.
Okay.
But this is the interior door from the Department of
Look,
Housing.
we really have found nothing useful, and it's really not advancing our trip to where we were headed.
I think it is.
Yes, it is.
And money. How much? How many cents are in this wallet? if you don't mind
Remember, the dollars are useless. They have no value.
asking? I'm asking. I know. I understand
Yes.
that. I'm asking.
Doing the math, the total in the purse wallet thing is somewhere close to $647. What is that? 6,400. No, I can't even do the math here.
That's enough.
$647.27. So 64,000 cents, because that's the math you wanted, was 64,000 cents.
Except discount any dollar bill.
Oh.
It has
Wow.
no value.
And a reliquary.
Not even there
and
because
two reliquary cards. One has the words Visa, and the other one says Dillard's.
Dillard.
Dillard apostrophe S.
Oh,
Three
don't know what that is.
words. Okay, and the name is say the names again.
Philip.
Okay.
No, it's Phyllis.
Phyllis Angelus
Phyllis
and
and
Thomas.
and Thomas. Okay, cool.
Are the boy and the woman. Okay.
So opening the
Valara, do you not want to look further into this place?
Not really. I
Why?
don't see it.
Ooh.
We
Can,
haven't.
can I get in the middle for a second?
Yeah.
Okay,
Why?
well-
Because I find it very uninteresting. Valara doesn't think it's advancing. The fact that you guys wanted to get somewhere and we're not getting there, we're spending a whole bunch of time finding dead bodies and strange stuff.
That's the journey. And can I? You said when we were on the Sunday game, you were getting mad that we were staying still. We're not staying still anymore. We're moving from place to place. We're exploring one place at a time, maybe. But do you just want to like look at something and then just
She
go?
just thinks that this is not proving fruitful at all. Okay,
Oh, you got a
Not-
fire
that's an
sword.
opinion. That's an opinion.
Okay, but it's we've already found one magic item. If at a very basic profit level, we're up in that sense.
Mhm.
We found a party member. We have found a new quest. So at a very basic level,
And you found a map that could save parts of Nikos.
exactly. So at a very basic level, we are net up.
I didn't
Quite a
think we
bit.
found a map of Nikos. We
No,
found
no,
a
no,
map.
no, no. She said math. You found the math that could help
His
save
math
Nikos.
could clean up some of the bad
Okay.
areas.
Fine. Yes, that much.
That's a lot. You're acting like that's a little bit.
Okay,
There's
it's
days where
just
we
that
didn't
right
get
now all we're
anything.
doing is going into empty rooms or strange places that shouldn't be where they are.
That's what we always do, though.
That's what we did with Vavthrandra as well.
I just want you to have fun, you know.
Okay, Stephen, I just gave you my opinion.
Mhm.
That was from Valara. She just doesn't think it's advancing much.
The Valara feels it, and not Jean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just making Jean's not making sure that Jean's not having fun. You know what I'm
It
saying?
feels
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Jean's the one that's not having fun,
That's
personally.
No, it isn't that. Just Valara's looking at this, and it seems to be a lot of repetitive rooms with nothing in it except either monsters in one area or
Magic items and other.
one magic item that was a gift. Otherwise, we wouldn't
May,
have known
may I
it was
add?
there.
Can I add something? Magic items are rare in Nikos.
Okay.
The idea that we found even one should be like, holy moly, we're rich.
What was
Even though
the
we can create them now. But
real quick? I'm just putting down notes. What was the girl's name in the picture?
Phyllis.
Phyllis Angelus.
And,
Angeles.
and then Thomas. Was the-
Phylis.
Mhm. I got it.
Are what magic weapons rare still, or?
Yes.
Alright, well, I just want to make sure that's a positive. Alright, so we go on to the next room.
Not gonna make Jean go if she doesn't want to.
If you start going there, Valara follows.
We did. Okay, well, let's go into the next room.
At least finish the quadrant. So opening that interior door, you see "Remember his name" painted on the wall in black paint. This room is in disarray as well, and you see probably 25 or 30 bodies actually piled in here. It looks like kind of a massacre.
Can I ask a question? Are the bodies spelled out Cthulhu?
No.
Okay.
Thanks for asking. No.
Thank God. For small favors.
But it's in black letters. It's painted across the wall is "Remember his name."
They weren't very clear about what his name was, so how can anybody remember?
Well,
Maybe
you
we're
can
just
see that that in amongst the bodies on the ground are what look like signs, like posters. What do you call it? Big, large blocks of wood-like material.
Good science.
Signs.
yeah.
Yep.
Pick a sign. All right.
So
What
go
does they
over and
say?
turn over a sign and find out what it says.
It says Thomas Angelus.
Oh, I know what he looks like. And pick the picture.
Yep.
That's him.
Yep.
I wonder what happened to him.
Again, with there are bits of that grayish paper blowing around in the area, and uh, some of them are garishly colored. Other pages are just grim black and white, and it shows again the concept of this nation, whatever this place was, being ripped apart by disagreements over fundamental rights. It's an odd thing to be fighting about because in most worlds you don't even think about rights because the nobles decide for everyone else. But this is indicating whatever this nation was some form of an experiment in independence.
Well, we
Most
know what a democracy is
right,
and a republic.
right, right.
Wait, are you saying America's a
That's exactly what it is.
America is a republic.
Oh
Yes.
no, I mean an experiment of democracy.
Most people refer to the American governmental system as being experimental because we're only 250 years old. You know.
Which is actually longer than any other constitution in history of the world has ever lasted.
Right.
Hey, he's agreeing with
Constitutional
us.
governments. Mochi.
Hey, he just wants to voice his political opinion.
Is that the puppy?
Yeah, that's the puppy.
This
Um,
dog is smart. Sorry, go ahead.
that's fine. The debris in this room also shows similar signs to the one where the Native Americans apparently had done their portion of the damage or whatever. In this case, you see again a broken frame hanging on the wall, and
I'm gonna touch the frame. Is it like a source of magic or like
oh, nice. Now you're using your yes. There's definitely magic coming from the framework. Actually, it's residual, as if the magic has already been expended from it.
Oh. Is it like? Does it feel like the
On
doorway?
the bottom of this one, it simply says Montgomery, Alabama.
Wow. Does it feel like it? What the like when we met the genie or something, and they made that doorway? Does it feel like that doorway, like like a connection,
Nope.
like a dimensional doorway? Sorry, that's what. I
Yeah,
was
no.
thinking.
Okay, yes, you can detect that it had to do with a gateway.
Hey guys, Hart, this is one of those those things. Remember when we met the big scary guy in the
Yep.
fire? Yeah, this is just like it. This is the doorway, just like it. I tapped the frame.
So that's how they got in. But how did they get the magics to do that?
I'm gonna try to pick up the frame. Does it come off?
It's laying on the ground, broken, just like
Oh,
the other one.
Flip it to the backside of it. Have a look at it.
Yeah,
If there's any, like,
there's
ruins?
there's no the only thing that's there is the metal hook that it hung from the wall by.
So I guess seeing the paper that it was on, it was the magic. It was the magic.
Whatever the image is gone. The
Yeah.
entire image is gone.
Next time, if we see anything that has like an image, maybe we should have a look at it closer.
Yeah, you with detect magic would probably work well.
Okay.
Well, there was the one outside that had I have a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh, can I go over there to have a look if you don't mind?
Yes. Okay. So it has the same characteristics as the vellum picture that you have of Phyllis. It's actually not a
Painting.
painting, but a photograph.
Hmm.
Does it have like a dimensional doorway too?
It does not.
Ceiling?
It does not.
Yeah.
Furthermore, when you're out in this outer room, you can hear a scratching sound outside in the hallway.
You said there was things that run around. What was those two things?
You're asking Olivia?
Mr. Ritt?
Yeah.
You said there was two
Well,
things that run
you've
around.
got the politicians, you've got math, you've got those sneaky
Reporters.
reporters that just show up
Are the
in the middle.
reporters? Are the reporters outside right now? Question mark.
Okay, I had to open the door to find out. There's definitely something out there.
Art, there's something outside. I think it's the reporters.
What? Where?
Outside the
You,
scratching.
you hear a scratching, clawing sound from outside.
Let me come
You'd
with
also
you.
you'd
Art
also
raises his
hear
shield.
you'd also hear the heavy and rather disturbing sound of something sniffing.
I think something's trying to get in at us.
Hart will raise the shield and go over to the door,
Okay.
I raise mine and stand with you.
and he will press his shoulder to the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and then use his forearm ever slightly to open the door so that
Nothing can get in, and you're holding onto the
yeah.
door in case you need to. Yep. As you look
I
out,
need hold.
as you peer out, there are they're about 2.5 feet tall at the shoulder, maybe 3 feet, 3.5 feet at the tallest. These little rodent-looking creatures. They have really big eyes, and several of them are actually wearing some kind of spectacle on their noses. And their mouths are filled with rather yellowed and discolored teeth. And they have what looks to be some kind of writing utensil tucked behind an ear. Two of them are wearing caps, and on the caps it says "press."
Sorry.
Reporters. Those are reporters.
Oh yeah, that's funny. I guess say hello.
Beware the press.
Sorry, they got me. Okay.
Hit
I'm
your
good.
funny bone there.
I was envisioning the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna say hi. Hello.
Well,
Sorry, I'm in an argument with my dog.
It's all good.
well,
Hello.
just don't let it win the argument, because you're the only one
I-
that has like sentience. So
Well, she's
no,
very
man.
persuasive.
yes, they were great
Yeah.
salesmen. That's true.
So what are these things? They have the pencil and the thing on their nose are 2 feet tall, but what are their
Their physical features look rodentian. They've got little tiny pointed ears. A couple of them are wearing basically a trilby hat with a little card stuffed in it that says "press."
Does it have like a pointy mouth and that's a nose?
Yes,
Like a little round nose?
they have little rat-like faces.
Oh man, I know which
They're-
one you're thinking about
Are
right now.
they like
Yeah,
section?
Yeah, they look like SecGen. As a matter of fact, they look very much like the weasels from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh,
That's funny. That's actually dangerous too. They're not. Hopefully, they're not like the weasels though.
do they seem dangerous?
Well, right now they're just sniffing around all the doorways, even to the point where they're actually climbing onto each other's shoulders to get in, to peer into like the keyholes of the doors and things like that. It seems like they're extremely inquisitive.
she turns around and calls to Libby. What do you know about these things? Are they hostile?
Like I said, I have never actually seen one. They're pretty elusive when they don't want to be found.
Well, they certainly seem to be hunting something rather avidly right now.
They're trying to stick their noses in our business.
They want to know the truth.
Well, maybe we should dissuade them.
While you're doing that, you see that they have somehow clawed their way or got their way into the original press room.
Mm.
Oh, we should close the door on them.
Several of them come running out, going, "I got it! I got it! I got it!" And the others start chasing the ones that got it as they go running down the hallway.
What did they got?
You
Let's
don't
go run
see
after them.
anything. You don't see anything. You just see the first few took off running and the rest kind of pursue them. Now there are a few still hanging out in the hallway. One of them in particular leaning against a wall, and it looks for all the world like he's smoking some kind of little cigar thing. He's got a rolled up bundle of paper stuffed in the corner of his mouth, and he's lighting it.
Hart will go.
Huh.
Psst.
Immediately, that one's ears perk, and he comes scampering across the ground. He does stop long enough to drop the lit faggot on the ground and squish it out before he moves on to where you are.
Psst.
Yeah, bub, what's you got?
What you looking for?
Now, I'm looking for a statement. Have you got a statement? You with the Congress or Senate?
Both.
Oh, you're lobbyist then.
I can't say.
Hmm. Interesting. Undisclosed source. Got it.
What'd you find in the press room?
I don't know. They took off running after that lead, but I figured it's a dead horse. He says you can't beat dead horses, and we've been in that room probably 40 times. Don't get anything from those dead horses.
We're finding lots of bodies.
Yeah, yeah. That neat. If it bleeds, it leads, man. If it leads, it bleeds.
Do you remember his name?
Let me think. Let me think. No, I don't know. I don't know. Who's he?
Thomas Angelus.
Oh yeah, the Angelus story. Yeah, that broke about 20, 25 years ago. Yeah, I remember that story. What you got?
Found his picture.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
is it caught in the act of violence?
Child photo.
Oh man, I don't do any porn. Don't do any porn. Nope, nope. Stay out of that. Stay out of that.
No.
This ain't my
No,
kind of
no,
story,
no,
man.
no,
This ain't my
no.
kind of story.
Shows him and his mother.
Oh yeah, the senator.
So what's the deal? What happened?
Oh, street shooting. You know the story. Washington D.C. Local cop goes a little crazy, shoots a kid. Happens to be the son of a congressman. Lights the world on fire, just like the Native American conflict a couple of months before that. Whole place has been going to hell. Whole place has been going to hell, I tell you.
How did the Native Americans get in?
They've been here, man. It's theirs.
But into the White House.
No real clue to that. There was that horrible. Well, it was Katrina times 10. If you get my drift, it was a Katrina times 10, and things started changing.
Hart has no idea what most of the things he's saying are, but
Exactly.
he's keep going.
Ask about the picture frame.
What about the pictures?
You're talking about? Oh, yeah. Those were a shipment from France. We think they arrived here, probably about a year ago. I mean, a year before all the conflict started.
Well, the pictures are missing and the frames are broken.
Mm.
Only in the rooms where the attacks were.
How many?
We found 2.
Mm.
How many do you know of?
Oh, there were 8 of them delivered.
Mm.
Can you tell us the rooms that
Somebody
they're in?
planned this. Lars says, kind of very low voice.
Sorry, I'm like, I'm acting like you don't want to scare him off.
So, what you need from me? Usually there's a quid pro quo here, and you're giving me some really good stuff.
We want to know what's this place doing here in the jungle?
Jungle. Ah, the world's a jungle, man. The world's a jungle.
Have you looked outside recently?
There's no profit in it. We got a wing out there on the. We got a couple of places outside the walls, and we pretty much just stay here with the. This is where the stories are, man. This is where the stories are.
But
Have
they're all
you
dead.
have you looked
It's,
and seen that politician?
They all look alike to me nowadays. Two-faced, spouting shit.
I take 100 out and like I roll it up. And I show it to him like, do you know like where the pictures are coming came from?
You already said from France.
Oh, right. You did say from France. Well, I lost 100 there.
So you said you rolled up 100 and slid it through the door? He says, "No, man, you keep it. I don't do drugs."
What? Huh? Is this drugs? Are you? Have you been? Is this drugs, Phil?
Stop. What about the doorway in the defense room?
Oh, yeah, that was actually from what I understand that's been there. They say that it dates back to Saint Germain.
Saint
Who?
Germain?
Hmm.
Who's that?
Saint Germain, one of the visitors from the French delegation in 1774.
Well, there's active fighting going on there
Where?
in the defense room.
Oh, yeah, that. Yeah, we don't go there much. We've lost a couple of our reporters there. There's a couple still in the field. If you got lucky, you probably get some good stories out of them. Apparently, the chief of staff led his forces against the Khmer Rouge there.
Khmer Rouge?
Hmm.
What's that?
Red badge.
Hmm.
You know, Vietnam was always such a bad thing.
Absolutely.
Yep, there's Cambodians from across the border were just feeding them weapons, feeding them weapons. Horrible story, horrible story. They said they were going to go DEFCON 4, but we don't have any record of that.
Hmm. I'll be
What
back.
about?
And he closes the door
Okay.
slowly. So apparently, this is some sort of story of a nation's capital that was already under attack, being attacked by another country, something called France, helped by some things called Cambodians
Mm.
that were giving weapons of some sort.
Lars' brow furrows a bit.
That doesn't match with anything that you're doing. I know all those words.
And the leader was Germain. He was a saint. So it must have been some sort of religious war.
I think your dog agrees with you.
France?
Yep.
But
They sent the pictures that let the Native Americans in. So this must be what this country is called.
Native.
Americans?
Americans.
Oh, I thought it was natives.
No. Those are the ones that were there that
Oh,
attacked the natives. The
okay.
Americans, Americans, Americansians, the Americansians.
Mercanians.
Canadians.
Actually, no. What's really funny is that would be what pops to mind for a Nicotian. There is a nation known as Mercan, Mercan. So they are called Mercanian. So the fact that this word is
Americans.
right. So
Americansians.
No, that's not right.
But the country is called Americans.
Is that what he
Who? Have you been to Americans? That's,
doesn't ring a bell to her. She goes, "That doesn't
Either
sound
way,
right."
this is not supposed to be in the Wilderlands.
This
I
whole
think we need to find more of those
those
pictures.
clothes don't make sense to anything that Nicotians wear.
Well,
feel like-
none of us have been all over Nikos. There's many different regional outfits.
Right. Even
Look
the
at
With a
hearts.
noose around the neck?
Look at how
Yes.
we're dressed right now. We're wearing spun gold and silver.
nobody else
Yeah,
is
we
wearing
look
that.
fucking
So.
fabulous.
Yeah, you guys look totally styling.
I
Okay.
would like to find a picture frame that isn't destroyed, if possible. If you don't mind me
There's
asking.
at least 4 more rooms, and you told there were 8 of them. So
Would you
When
be
I did a
okay,
quick
Villar, if
search,
we?
and vellum and parchment. All parchment is made out of animal skin. Um, Vellum in particular is made out of like it's the finest quality calf skin, and it has a smooth, waxy or velveteen finish.
right.
Depending if it's sanded or not.
Yep.
Well, I just want to ask of Villar if she's okay with me going to find a picture, one of those pictures frames.
Not by yourself, lady.
Well, yeah, of course. We're gonna be together all the way. I just want to make sure you're okay with us.
I think it's best
Well,
if
what
we
do you
move
want
together as a group.
What do you want the frame for?
Well, not the frame, but the picture itself, and because I feel like I can learn a lot from it
The
itself.
picture? Isn't
Yeah,
the frame magical?
No, the picture's the magical part.
We don't know either.
Actually,
Well,
he's extrapolating what he detected was the absence of magic. The magic had been used, and the picture was gone. So I can see his logic for saying that he believes the pictures are the magical part.
Well, the
Would you like-
frames were broken,
Right.
and the doorways aren't here. Whatever let them in. So I was thinking the frames.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's
Well, if you
perhaps
use
why
man on
the picture was destroyed,
Oh.
because it was like they busted through the
I have an
picture.
idea. I clean up get all the pieces
Hold
of.
on, you just cut off.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Gene.
Wonder if these pictures were the gateway and they allowed them in. But of course, if they're letting people in or things in, uh, the frame could have come off the wall if somebody had snagged it on the way out. Or somebody destroyed it to stop them from coming in.
That's why I thought the frames.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna. Yeah,
So
is
somebody
there like?
ripped it off the wall and cut out the picture to stop the gateway from working.
Well, the frames were still on the wall, but the frames were all broken in one.
I thought one was leaning against the wall.
Can-
Not
Both,
on the...
in all
Okay.
cases, the frames were on the ground beneath where they had been hanging,
And they're broken.
and
They're like in
each
pieces.
of them broke like what they fell on a corner.
Mm. Are they in pieces or is this still just in one hole?
They were
They're
still recognizable as a picture frame, so
right.
they
So
must
just
have been mostly still together.
yes.
I'm gonna use not precipitation, mending, on it and to fix it.
Mend this picture frame here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's put back together.
Does it act like it's a portal again or like a connection?
No.
Or does it feel like there's anything that's? Right? I think it proved
No.
that this is not the source of magic. See, let's
Anyway.
go find the picture.
Okay.
Well, I still
putting,
don't know
put,
necessarily
putting
why-
putting the frame back together using mending does not reinstate magics that were in the place anyway, no matter what.
Okay.
So the best that mending does is repairs things that were broken.
A physical
Okay.
object.
I thought maybe that would
a physical
fix it.
object, and it's no more than a 1 foot by 1 foot area of space per use of the mending.
Okay, I see. Well then,
Remember,
It just
cantrip.
knits the wood back together.
Right, mending is just a cantrip. Remember, so it's
right.
you do
I
it all
thought
day
maybe
long.
fix the anchor. Thought it would maybe like fix the anchor if it was a.
Yeah, no, doesn't seem to do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
never mind.
Okay,
Sorry.
it's okay. No, that's fine. So you have to cross the gap that opens back into the I keep saying aviary. That's not the right word. The solarium. I had another word last week. I can't remember what it is, but I'll think of it in a second.
Atrium.
Atrium. Yep. And then there's the other 4 rooms beyond. As you look down the passageway towards the atrium, there is an odd creature standing there. It's 2-legged, but it literally looks like a mouth with eyes. It's got
Hey, is this your friend?
two
Nope.
The
two
thing
eyes.
from Beetlejuice?
No, more like the
Oh no,
more like
Martha.
Let
more.
him describe it.
Oh no.
No, he's staying with Gene.
Why did you do that?
Okay, put on mute.
I
Put
am. I'm
on
working
mute.
on it. I'm working on it. Wrong one. Ha! That was funny. Sorry
You
about
muted
that.
yourself.
Oh, she did. Good. Um, she's got a problem there. So no, this looks more like the pig lizard from from Galaxy Quest. It's got
Galaxy Quest.
big clawed feet. It's fleshy colored overall. The back of it, the whole back of it, is hairy, but it's hairy like somebody who's going bald is hairy. It's just weird, loose hairs going every which way. Its two eyes are kind of a soulless grayish color with tiny pinpricks for pupils. And then this almost no nose, and then this huge garish set of teeth, literally with no lips. Looks like somebody took the skin right off of it.
Oof.
Hey, I'm gonna put a picture on the Discord of what it.
Do we need to?
Yeah, totally.
If you want a picture of the pig lizard, okay.
It's a lizard. It
It's
doesn't
called.
even look like a lizard.
I'm using the term pig lizard. That's what they called it in the movie.
Yeah, it's terrifying. I like it. It's
Anyway, it's standing in the middle of the hallway. You can see that on the ground is what looks like a smaller of the politicians, and this thing is just literally eating chunks out of the remainder of the politician.
The thing is.
Yeah, the thing is.
Hmm.
Okay, well, Hart will stay in between it and the people so that the rest of the party has a chance to get across the hallway
Alrighty.
to the other doors, and then he'll...
After another couple of nibbles at the corpse, the thing will turn and physically have to turn its body, so its feet have to reposition it, so it does almost like a little right turn to face you. And when he does, looking straight at it, the grin it becomes even more baleful because you see the whole array of mouth going from almost cheek to cheek, since it has no lips holding anything in. Um, Bits
Hart
of flesh and blood from the creature drip from its jaws.
Hart is going to do an intimidation roll, and what he's going to do is slowly start extending himself up on all six legs, spreading out all six of his arms, parrying out the blade of um, the saw,
Uh-huh.
turning on the pilot light of the flamethrower, spinning the
So the saber
saw,
blade, right? Right.
all that stuff, and he's gonna do an intimidate and change his eye color to red.
Sure. Go ahead and roll. DC would only have to be a 15 or better.
Well, that didn't do well. I'm gonna use my name tag.
Uh-oh.
yeah, the one.
I got a 5, but now it is much better. So 16 plus
Yeah.
intimidation.
So with the failed roll, it leaned forward like it was going to start running towards you, and it actually scraped its feet on the ground, kind of like a bull would on a charge. But when you kicked in the second gear, so to speak, and turned the blades on or whatever, you actually can hear it say very clearly, "Bigger fish to fry," and turns around and runs down the hallway back towards the atrium.
Sorry, that's good too. You're making me laugh all day, man. Nice.
Yuck. And he comes back down, clicks his stuff away.
Mm-hmm.
I know this
Okay.
movie now.
So 4 more doors.
You guys are
can
gonna
be
get there
soon.
before I will, so
Yep. So
Alright.
pick a door. Maddie, you pick a door this time. Left side, right side, first door, second door.
Let's go to the first door on the left.
Alrighty. When you get there, let me double check something here.
What? These monsters are terrifying.
Yeah.
From Galaxy Quest, I finally remember them all and seen them all again. Holy moly. They're really good at making these.
well, there was that one. Then there was the one with the The rock giant, which wasn't too bad at all.
Yes.
There's these squid-looking ones that are like just.
The true forms of the friends, whatever they're called.
Yeah, yeah.
The gray people with the bowl cuts. That's what they
No.
actually look like.
All the great people, both cubs. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
They did.
Hey,
The people
Mom.
that like build the ship and like help that got
Yes,
them.
those poor people.
They're the ones that look like the horrifying squid things.
The Cthulhu monsters, yeah. All right.
That's what makes the one guy that stays there with them and falls in love with one whatever girl is
Right.
kind of. Oof.
Yeah, one of my favorite lines is when the guy looks down at it and goes, "Oh, get a room."
This old movie.
It's a
Okay,
great-
so the room.
Yep, I'm getting there.
Oh.
The next one says Department of, and it says Energy on the door.
Oh. Is it from sorcerers and mages?
Don't know, it just says Energy.
I know energy.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I do.
His girlfriend?
No, it's
No.
what I run on.
Right. So, when you open the door, you see, again, the desk chair set up like a secretary, and the interior door, in this case, looks like it must be a pocket door because you don't see a door handle on it, and it's kind of metallic looking.
A pocket door?
Yes, the doors
The
that
ones
slide
that
into
are
the
like-
wall. They slide into the
Oh,
wall.
okay. Whatever reason, we're in a magic world, John. When you say pocket door, I think of a door you can
Pocket.
pick up and put in your pocket,
Nice.
Or pocket
like a
dimension?
portable hole,
Exactly.
Yeah.
but one that actually works.
Yeah, exactly.
One you can put into any wall.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Just throw it
that's
against.
what I think portable holes should be.
That's the way I treat a portable hole. Is it can be opened from any direction.
No,
No,
but like that's the
it's
thing.
that
It's
little
like a portable hole is now just a crappy bag of holding or a bigger bag of holding.
Bigger bag of holding. Exactly.
It's stupid.
I was thinking more like it should be like the from Looney Tunes, like you
Exactly.
slap on a hole onto
Right.
the wall and you reach in.
Right.
Yeah, you use it to get out of places or into
Of
places.
course, you have a danger of there being a train coming down through it because
Yeah. Well, but it has to be big enough though.
That's only if one is painted there.
that's true.
And you see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so Department of Energy and pocket door currently closed. Desk out front. It does have a weird device. It looks like earmuffs because you guys are familiar with cold weather. It looks like earmuffs with an extension down in front of the face.
In meta, I'm gonna do whatever I can to stop Jean's character from going anywhere near it, because every time she finds one, she rips it out of the wall.
What is
The last 4 times she's found one of these in different characters, she ends up ripping it out of the wall.
Usually by accident.
Was it by accident?
There
Or
was
maybe
one
it's
one time
accident.
only that she did it on purpose. The rest of the time it was by accident.
So Hart will pick one up and hold it to his ear, his head.
Okay. It doesn't. There's no output.
Is there any buttons on the desk, like the ones that were in the press room?
Actually, there is, and this is on the front of the desk next to the upper drawer. But more importantly, there's something dark hanging down below the drawer.
What do you mean by that?
There's something attached to the bottom of the drawer. You can just make out the silhouette of the edge of it.
Is it like Hart will activate his light and lean down and look?
Okay. What you see is a, for lack of a better term, a metal post about 5 inches long. It's not quite round, so it seems like it's kind of bent. So it's hemispherical and then a flat face. And on the flat face are a bunch of numbered panels, little tiny ones, and a large blue button.
I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry.
Welcome back.
That's okay. You got to do what you have to do. I'm glad to have you
Hart,
back.
Doesn't mess with any of the numbered panels, but he presses the blue button.
Okay, so when you press the blue button, there's a whirring sound, and a hole appears in the wall opposite you, straight ahead back into the hallway.
Was that hole there before?
You
Yeah.
can see a thin curl of smoke coming from it.
Did you start a fire?
Hart looks around to see where if like a projectile
Yep.
went that way.
You don't see anything. It looks like it came basically from where your hand level against the wall, opposite where you push the button.
Hart presses
press
the
the button
button again.
There's again a blue light on the end of the little rod, and a hole appears just a couple inches above the last one.
He takes. Can he pull out this item?
Yeah, you did. You lifted it up to look at it. That's how you knew what it looks like.
Oh, I thought this was attached to the underside of the desk.
It was. You just grabbed it and pulled it. It just comes out like a holster.
Ah, so it is. Describe it again for me one more time. A
It's
bend piece of metal.
it's a cylinder, but it's not perfectly round. It's flattened on one side to a width of about an inch, and on that 1 inch side are 4 buttons, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a big blue button at the end. So when you pulled it out to look at it, you hit the blue button at the end, and it blew a hole in the opposite wall.
He's gonna press one of the other buttons.
Okay, the device whines, making a different pitch for each button. Just by checking them, it would just go brr, 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 brr.
Tunes it to the highest one and then presses the button.
Okay, flames shoot out from the end of it for about 1.5 feet. Deep blue flame. It doesn't even curl at the end, so it's under pressure.
Next button down.
The second button blows a hole in the opposite wall about 12 inches across.
Next button down.
Next button down does about a 4-inch hole in the wall and leaves like a blackened ring around where it blew through.
The last button?
Again, punctures a hole. Poof, little tiny curl of smoke is all.
I'm gonna go look at the second size hole, the one that's smaller than 12 inches, about 4 inches. I'm gonna see if it went through more than one wall.
Good question. You open the door and look across the way, and in the wall next to the door on the other side, you do see a ring of burn, like the fire got that far, but it didn't actually go through.
And what about the smallest hole?
Oh, it went right on through. Doesn't even seem to be any difference in
Okay.
size.
The big hole
Yep.
just did no damage.
It didn't even go across, right?
Wait, is this a laser?
Could be some sort.
No, well, I'm in the meta.
In the meta, it's definitely a weapon.
Oh, okay.
So Hart's gonna reach under the table and rip off the holster.
Okay. When you rip off the holster, there are a couple of wires attached to it. When you ripped it, because of the specifics that you ripped it off, the wires are now hanging loose.
Okay.
But
It
probably is
but
a
you now have a
recharge.
holster for it.
Yeah, it's probably some sort of recharger.
Charger.
Probably.
You're gonna have to figure out how to wire it into yourself. The big hole didn't go through all the way. The
Gonna have to make a new armor.
The medium-sized hole actually penetrated the wall across the way, but not all the way through.
Yep.
The
This is-
little hole just blew right through
Yeah,
that wall.
as soon as you pull out the charge the device from under the desk, you recognize it for what it could be. It is definitely powerable, and it is running on the same stuff that you're running on.
We found a new weapon for Hart. That's awesome.
Which means you can recharge it.
Yes.
Or it can recharge you.
or you can wire directly into it.
That's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna retrofit one of the my other extra armatures.
Sweet. This sounds
Good for
awesome.
you. I think it would be a very useful or a very handy thing for you.
Well, I haven't had any ranged option yet either.
I could teach you to shoot a bow.
I think I'm good now.
I think you're good now. Okay.
So, Hart's going to see if there's any other buttons on the desk to see if there's one that might open the door behind.
There is. There's a
Yep.
big button on the side of the console.
Console.
Yes.
Presses that button.
That button, you hear a buzzing sound and a hissing sound, and the door slides open.
Do I have to hold it?
No.
Okay. Let's go in.
Okay.
Right.
So when
It's
you
been sealed.
right, well
Oh,
when you open the door and look in, uh, you see again a scene of violence. There must be 15 or 20 people in what looks like some sort of, for lack of a better term, it looks like cloth armor. It's heavy and thick, but they're punctured with what look like arrows. And there must be 50 or 60 arrows sticking out of the bodies in this area. Um,
Mm.
Opposite this is a sign that says uh, living off the grid is the heading on the newspaper that blows around in this room. And
The-
it's basically there's articles about there's actually a lot of different news bits here that seem to congeal together. There's stuff about net neutrality. There's stuff about which of course means nothing. You're like, what the hell does that mean? There's pieces and bits about the danger of nuclear power, whatever that is, and breakdowns in the grid caused by foreign nationals, whatever
ooh.
those are.
Foreign, I understand. And a nation, so apparently some sort of, I'm not sure nationals, but
Invaders from
another
French.
nation.
The French has invaded
Maybe the
America.
French
Or our Americansians.
or the Native Americans. But they use
We should ask Americans if we ever meet them.
The arrows here um, are of standard fletch, except that the tips are metal, and many of them have oversized rounded heads with serrated edges. So they're like a hunting arrow that is meant to stick with the target, and two of them are still lazily blinking. There's a light on the side of the head, sticking between the bones, and you can see they're still even after all this time blinking.
Oh, that's not good.
I don't think so either.
Let's not touch those.
She does collect some of the other arrows, and she takes a look at the end. She
Okay.
looks for the little light.
Okay, you find most of them do have some kind of a lighting mechanism, but it's odd. The lighting mechanism on most of them is way down the shaft near where the tail, where the fletching is.
Huh.
Is it
Um,
like a tracer? Something?
it's for tracking the arrows. If you lose them in a battle, you can go hunt them down. Yes.
Well, that's
What
cool.
about the blinking lights on the tips?
Those, like I said, are with like a barbs and hooks, and so it's like the idea of if you hit somebody with this, you want them not to remove it so that you can, say, for example, track them.
Or it explodes.
Yeah, there's no sign of the explosion aspect, but that's a good possibility.
Well, there were explosions and fires in the other rooms.
That's true. That's true.
Is there any picture frames and stuff like that?
There is a frame, and again, it's in this case it's twisted, like somebody was trying to break it. It's on the ground, but it's not broken in any way. But the frame itself is bent, like somebody was trying to break the frame.
Is there a picture in it?
There's no picture in it.
Oh.
It could have been just in like like a false picture, like an illusion, one of those, things that's not really there but looks like it's there.
In the meta,
Yeah.
the reason why I want these picture frames or a picture frame is because I feel like it's a great way to learn how to do like spatial dimension magic. Maybe if I like study the picture frame for 10 weeks, I'll maybe get a hint of
You want
understanding
to pick up
the
the
magics. Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
The danger of that, though, is that these are pre-made and sent by an enemy, and so they're probably not meant to be understandable. And more than likely, if you did activate one, we'd have a band of very angry,
Whatever's.
modern
Yeah.
whatever's in our face. Blue ladies.
Yes. The other thing to note is that the arrows uh, exhibit a weirdness that you don't expect, and that is that the fletching apparently deploys after firing. So when you put the arrow to your bow string, the fletching actually folds out of the way.
Really?
The pressure against the back of the
Now,
trigger.
she'll collect as many of those arrows as she can.
Hmm.
Uh, she's curious. It's almost like they might have been shot out of something that wasn't a bow,
I
which
I
is
I, I
why which is why they deployed afterwards.
Yes.
I hit her.
Like out of a tube or something, they were fired.
Hmm?
I uh, use my elbow to the side of Valara. I was like, "See, there's things for you here."
Well, it's weird, that's for sure. Not I'm gonna tell you, it's the weirdness that bothers me about this place. It just
Every
does
place we go to
not.
is
It
weird.
does not belong here. It isn't right. If there's a
The last place
wrongness.
was a lot weirder than this place.
Just a moment. It's what last place?
What do you mean? The one with the wish and the
Vafthrender.
yep, and the portal and
The
the
thing that
dimension of
turned you into an elf?
yeah,
Well, that
yeah.
your place was weird. Your runes were weird. I have to totally concur.
Apparently, it's your rooms. Wow.
And then there was the places like the reliquary, and the place that had the Sphinx, and
Well,
the
that was
console before that,
There's just weirdness
and the
everywhere.
interplanetary or the international
there's
station with the
more.
nuclear devices in it. You know, eventually weirdness is what's the word?
Becomes norm.
Weirdness,
It becomes the norm.
Yeah.
right? But there's a word for that. It is weirdness is par for the course.
Yes.
Yeah, but this one just there's something that just
Okay. Anyway.
gripes to me about this place.
All the
Yes.
places do that.
The only thing that's really different here is that apparently one of the incursion forces is among the dead here. There's a person
Oh.
wearing camouflage clothing, a mohawk hairstyle, and is not decayed.
Oh God.
How old?
Looks like 20, 25-year-old. The mohawk is brilliant red. He's got like 8 or 10 earrings in each ear. He is tattooed up the wazoo. Um,
Oh,
But I mean, how old is the corpse?
corpse looked like it maybe died a week ago, maybe. So it's just bloated, and there's a
I'm gonna check his pockets.
pool of liquid where he's the skin is broken and he's poured out his life essences, so to speak. All over his face.
Usurpating.
Yes, that's a good word.
Is he,
Let's not
Ooh.
get into the details on that, please.
Yes, please. Let's not go any
Oh.
further.
does he have pockets?
He does, but they're kind of sticky and stuck to the ground.
Please don't.
Yeah. Okay. I
You want
won't.
to clean them up with
No, I
prestidigitation?
don't.
All right. You don't have to.
Well, you can't do it anyway. Freya would get the offer.
Right.
No, she's telling me not to.
Yeah, and the only other thing to note is that in its outstretched hand, it does have an odd device. It looks like a bow, but the bow is bent twice and has a bunch of pulleys.
I'm gonna take this for myself.
Oh, I know it well.
Yeah, she
So
recognizes
Lara
it.
goes over and picks it up.
I read. All right, fine. Anyways.
Son of a gun, I picked one up in the
Don't you already have one?
reliquary. Yeah, the reliquary.
So, you mind if I have this one?
Freya.
What's odd about this is that it has some weird mechanism on the front of it that extends out about a foot in front of the bow.
Yes, the counterbalance.
No, it's got some kind of optic
Oh, it's a
device.
laser sight. Laser sight, right? Like a scope or
A
something like that.
foot long is not a laser sight.
Oh, foot long.
No,
No, it literally looks like you could load an arrow into it.
Oh.
that's why. Okay,
Oh, maybe the
that's
arrows
the
from that.
device for this type of arrow.
All right, then this should go to you. Never mind. Sorry. I thought that was
That's
pretty
the
Well,
cool.
device for
she
this.
may
What
give
did
you
you want it to begin with?
This is
because he needs a ranged
cool.
weapon. He's arguing that he needs a ranged weapon as well.
He has things that are
No,
way
I wasn't
further range
arguing.
than
I
it.
wasn't. I just. I got handsy and wanted everything.
He's
You're,
getting.
you're a sorcerer, so you can do like 150 yards. Like,
We're
I
finding
said.
we're finding toys, and he's like, "But it's a toy. I want a toy." I get it.
Sorry. Sorry. Anyways, yes.
Hey,
The irony here is that it looks like all the death here was done by stuff that was not powered. It's almost like a
Really?
Luddite attack.
Luddite?
The people that did the damage didn't use anything that used power.
So do you use like swords or?
axes and the spears that we already found.
And
Oh.
and arrows. Yep.
And you already got an obsidian axe.
Libby, can you tell
I get
how
it.
this person died?
Oh, the one that's here? Yeah, he's got a nice big round hole in his shoulder, about 4 inches
Ew.
around,
Ah,
Ouch.
and he was shot apparently in the back.
Hard looks to where he was had his back towards.
The door.
So where we just came through?
Yep.
Not one
So
that
guys-
goes further in?
Nope.
Is there any doors that go further in?
No, but at the end of this is a window that opens into the atrium.
Atrium? Wait, is this like is it like one of the holes
It's
made by the lizard
no,
vessel?
no. Thanks for asking. No, it's actually a window, but it opens
Oh.
into the atrium, and you can see the ripped off roof. Remember, on this end of the atrium,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
look out into the jungle.
Oh.
I think we're just about at the end of our exploration.
Well, just to your left from here, you can see one of the big politicians nibbling on what looks like the remains of a sheep.
Well, he's always so enthusiastic about.
Well, do you want to take that thing on?
What? I never said I was gonna. What?
So
I
what-
didn't say that.
Is there anything else of a technical nature in this room?
Yes, there's a metal disc about 7 inches across, and emblazoned on one side is a radio image, if you will. In the very center, there's an impression like something was pushed through the center. And on the opposite side, there are the letters FYI.
FYI. So 7-inch disc with a hole in the middle?
Yeah, hole or a pin in the middle. Yep.
It's a laser disc.
Interesting. It's a laser.
No, that's in meta.
That
Oh,
was,
okay,
that was
sorry.
a joke.
Do you know what laser disc is?
Yeah, I do.
It's a CD that's about the size of a record.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, those things.
Yeah, they were only used for like 5 years.
Yep.
They were terrible.
Yeah, they thought it would be a great random access, and it wasn't.
Yeah, very fragile too. So it's made out of metal. Is it sitting in anything?
No, it's just laying on the ground. Maybe one of the skeletal remains still has its hand over it, like it was trying to protect it.
Well, Hart will pick it up.
Okay.
Shit.
Huh.
It weighs about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, and you can hear it rattle a bit as if there's something inside of it. And you see there's a curved metal ring around the outside edge, suggesting that might be a lid.
He puts it down on one of the counters
Sure.
and slowly tries to pry it open.
Okay. When he does, he opens inside, and there is a flattened cylinder. Actually, two flattened cylinders separated by about a quarter of an inch, and a black glossy material seems wrapped around that central pin.
Hmm. What is this for?
Ah, so he closes it again. Something about this makes me feel like it's sensitive to light.
Hmm. Should we turn off the lights?
So he looks at one of the ends of the black
Right.
stuff.
The only one end that comes off the loop, off the reel.
Yeah.
Yep.
And tries to hold it up to the light and look through it.
Yep. And you see multiples of pictures that look basically the same. Little tiny. Impossible to actually, even at your resolution, you can't make out what they are. But it looks like things that are moving. A little tiny piece of paper floats down to the ground. It says Zapruder on the side of it.
Hmm.
Oh, seems like some sort of pictures. Something. Can't really tell.
Maybe if we put. Do we have anything in Nikos that acts like movie theaters, like
Nope.
put light through it and
Nope.
okay, so I would. Nope.
The only thing we have is like an illusion.
Right.
I was gonna say use
There's
fancy
no.
lights,
There's no.
but never mind.
Yeah, you have no way of thinking about how this would work because it's beyond understanding.
All right.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I had to go again.
I don't know. You got to do what you got to do, Gene. Don't worry about it.
A slot opens up on Hart, and he feeds the tape in, and then he digitizes it. No. Suddenly, he starts projecting it out of his eye.
Help me, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope.
FYI. FYI means something, she says. Damn, if I can remember what it is.
Are there periods between the letters?
No.
Finn?
Oh,
So it says Finn?
why?
FYI.
Oh, FYI.
Oh. There's something I remember about for your eyes only, but that doesn't
From
work.
Yarlum immediately.
I don't
For
think these people
your
knew Yarlum.
Interests.
Oh, the Florin Yarlum Inquisition.
Ooh.
Florin has nothing to do with Yarlum.
Florin's
I know
on
that.
the top of Yarlum. Well, it's on the border of Yarlum and Nordlum.
Right.
Fine, Fulcrum. Fulcrum Yarlum Inquisition.
What?
Find your.
These people knew nothing. Look at their maps. What they knew as their world was something we don't even recognize.
Okay.
Wait.
It's just a bunch of pictures anyways.
Yeah. Maybe it's just someone just drawing.
But that's
Is there
it.
anything else similar to this in the room?
No.
No canisters or press cylinders?
Nope.
Should we take it with us and maybe we'll find something?
Mm,
Or should we just throw it away?
I don't really see the need for it. It's just pictures.
Okay, let's go to the next room.
Lots and lots of pictures. Most of them look very similar to them.
Oh.
Are they real pictures or are they paintings?
Look, they're
Just a
Picture
moment.
on
I'm
this
asking.
little-
No, they're the pictures of the like in a
okay.
movie.
In meta, Gene, it's a set of old film reel.
Okay, so they're real pictures.
It's a film reel. Yeah.
As an old black cellulite film.
Okay.
And I made the joke, Gene, that little piece of paper floated out that said Zapruder. That was kind of a hint. Because I think you probably remember what the Zapruder film was.
Yeah, I think I do.
So
Okay.
I don't, but then I don't pay attention to conspiracy theories.
right. So
What?
okay, so that is the gist of what you found in this room.
Hmm.
Cool. Next room.
Okay. Going
Three
across
left.
the hallway, doing the zigzag pattern like before, going to the room on the right, or are we gonna go to the?
Hey, if it works,
Don't
if it's not broken,
don't fix
don't
it.
fix it.
Okay, so
All
on
right.
this door it says justice.
Oh.
Ah, just us are allowed in here.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody else, just us.
All right.
Sorry, Matt. No,
Okay.
just kidding.
Nice. Okay, so the door opens and it's a largish room compared to the others. It's more like the very first room you go to. It looks like it's laid out like that one, in that instead of having one desk and all the contacts and then everything being in the second room, in this case, this room is made up of a row of rather stark-looking benches along the left wall and a desk at the far end before a small black door. Uh, the area opposite the benches is a series of pictures that show looks like dead bodies. Some of them hanging, some of them in a metal chair, some of them in a wooden chair, some of them strapped to gurneys with their arm extended with tubes sticking out of it.
Say this again. Is this a wait? Is this a picture or
These are all pictures.
okay? I was like,
Hmm.
wait a minute. What?
That's rather gruesome.
Just a little bit.
Down
A
at the
hung
end,
person? A hung person?
yes, a hanged person, yes.
It's all different ways of killing somebody who's been accused of a crime.
Yes,
What?
there's sign of a firing squad.
Justice. Justice
Oh.
is what, when you break a law, you are brought to justice.
And
Well,
you get killed for that?
And they pronounce a sentence, and if it's bad enough, they'll put you to death. And those are
Uh,
all different ways of killing you.
Okay, Travis.
Down at the end of the room, above the table, is an unbroken frame, Baroque in nature, and in the picture you see 9 people in black robes seated at a long table.
I'm gonna,
I
can I
bet
touch
you
this
find
picture,
that
please?
that is not
Oh.
magical, she says.
Are they still alive?
You haven't.
The people in the picture, they just it's a painting.
Oh, picture.
It's a painting.
Apparently-
This is a painting.
apparently,
Go for it.
this Americanian place had a very sick notion of justice.
It's kind of like the red.
That
Yeah,
would
yeah.
be more poignant when we were talking about the death penalty.
Is this a painting or is this a?
The painting.
Hart takes out the laser and starts pointing it at the picture frame. Well, at the,
Yeah.
At the painting.
Don't-
At the painting.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch the painting and I feel like if it's a.
Well, you have to cross this, so you're going down the length of the room.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh gosh. Let me pull up the list just a second.
Yes. Oh, I remember now. One minute. 1 minute.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's perfect. As you're walking towards that, as you pass each of the seats, you hear a voice call out to you. As you pass the first one, David Berkowitz.
David Berkowitz?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
You turn and
I
look at the
turned to.
chair.
Yeah.
Just a wooden
Uh,
chair, wooden bench.
Did you hear that, guys?
Did
Nope.
we hear it?
Did they didn't hear it?
No, they didn't hear it.
I walk a little bit further.
Boston Strangler.
Did you hear that?
Hear
No,
what?
did it say?
I walk backwards to the first one.
Boston Strangler, David Berkowitz.
Hey, box of sand. I tell them what you told them.
Boston Strangler, David Berkowitz.
Thank you. Yes, those two. So yeah.
What exactly is he passing?
The benches on the left-hand side. There's seats for 9 people on the left-hand side before you make it to the desk.
Does the pictures look just like the bench?
Nope.
Is?
Nope.
They're just standing.
No, the 9 of them are seated behind a table, but you can't actually see the chairs because they're all wearing dark black robes.
Hmm
How? Wait. How? Okay, hold up.
Supreme Court.
Well, I know that, but I'm talking about what's the size of this picture if he's walking past it.
No, he's walking,
He's walking
past the
towards,
benches.
walking past the benches on the way to the painting.
Okay, so I need a couple of dimensions here. So, there are benches along one wall, right?
That is correct.
9 benches.
Yes.
Across on the opposite wall from those benches are 9 portraits of these punished individuals.
Yes.
On the far wall between these 2 walls, like on the far wall opposite us,
Yes.
back of the room, is a picture, say 3 by 5 feet. 3 feet by 5 feet, like a big picture.
Right. Painting.
Of the Supreme Court.
A painting of a painting of individuals. Yes.
Okay.
In black robes. All right.
Cool.
Yep. Oh, interesting. All right, I'm gonna walk forward again.
David Berkowitz, Boston Strangler, Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne Gacy, Ed Gein, Herman Webster Mudgett, Eileen Wernos, Zodiac Killer.
Okay, this is in the meta, John. What the hell, man? What the hell?
They're
And
all
I just
famous killers.
I want you all to know that he had these memorized. He can't remember his own NPCs, but these ones he's got memorized.
It's okay. He's probably listens to the podcast. My favorite murder.
What about Manson? There's no Manson?
No, Manson didn't kill anybody, by the way.
Oh.
They never proved he killed anyone.
Well, that's bullshit.
He just guided people to make the decision to murder people.
Isn't that killing? Isn't that like a weapon or something? Like he uses words as a weapon to kill people?
That's why that's why he stayed in prison until he died.
Assisted homicide or something like that. I don't know.
Homicidal.
Oh no, they got him for conspiracy to commit, and he got 56 terms, and like half of them were for life. So yeah, he wasn't going anywhere.
So Hart uses the laser on the low Bernie setting and just starts lighting up the different murderer pictures.
There's no. Oh, you mean of the dead people?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ones that are talking.
Oh, the chairs. The chairs were speaking.
Yeah, but they were speaking just to me. Right.
Right. Only he heard them as he passed them.
Right. Well, I can clearly see that he's reacting to them, and I'm like, the paintings are psionically messing with his head.
Paintings? You mean the chairs?
Okay, I asked. There was benches on one side, and across them are pictures of these people that are being hung, electrocuted, whatever.
Right.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now.
So if they are pictures of these murderers, then Hart wanted to burn the pictures of the murderers.
Okay, got it. The pictures of the people executed.
Yes.
Yes. So you're burning the execution pictures, not the chairs they were sitting in.
And
Correct.
I see him doing this, right?
Well, you'd hear it. You'd hear the hiss and the crack of the first one as it burns.
I'm gonna go back to the one that he burned.
As he starts to burn it, you hear a voice from the painting. I object. And the first of the figures in black stands up within the painting.
Stop what you're doing. Hart. They eject, and they're moving in the paintings.
Well, they look like a cult.
Oh.
The painting expands, and as it does, it breaks the frame to the point where the painting is the size of a separate room, and
Hard
the
shoots.
certain shoots. Okay,
I duck.
whom are you shooting? Where are you shooting in the painting? What are you shooting at?
The one that stood up.
Okay, uh, gentleman of blonde, blondish hair, pale green eyes. You're shooting him with the new toy.
Yeah.
Okay. Which setting? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Actually, 4 wouldn't reach him. So
The one that puts big hole.
okay. Big hole. Boom. You blast him in the shoulder. He goes down screaming. The
Do that.
second of them stands up. It says, "This is highly irregular. This is not the way you treat members of the Supreme Court."
Boom.
Heart.
Now 2 of the women in the painting stand up. One of them looks to be closing in on 100 years old.
Oh, that's on you. Looks at Valara.
Ah. Do it.
The
No,
woman steps
why?
forward and
Why
says,
are you
"This is
destroying-
unconscionable. This is a breach of all trust with the American people."
America doesn't exist. I use dispel.
America's dead.
You use
You killed it.
dispel. Okay, so it's going to be a DC 19 to dispel.
Holy fuck. Sorry. Holy stuff. Holy stuff. I'm gonna use my wild magic for this. Which one is it?
In Metagene, all we know is that the people that have come out of these pictures have murdered everyone that was in this building.
Bend luck. That's
We have no idea what the subject of those pictures were,
Right.
and there are people materializing out of one of these pictures.
I'm gonna
They're
expand.
not materializing out of it. They're in the picture standing up.
No, they
Mhm.
were seated. They were seated, and they are now standing up. That's correct.
And the picture was
They're
growing
still-
larger and creating a portal into a different room.
That's also correct.
Oh.
So they're materializing out of that picture.
Right. The only thing that they seem to be armed with is a tiny hammer.
They're armed with the justice system.
Mm-hmm.
Can I?
Okay.
I'm gonna. I got a 16. Plus, I'm adding a. I'm adding a
Luck die.
band luck. Yeah, band luck die, and I got a 4 on it, so it's a 20.
Okay. There's a rip in the painting at the corner, and literally it's starting to unravel. The woman, as I said, is saying, "This is unconscionable. This cannot stand. You have no rights against the power of the American government." Gene, your action. He's yelling. It's on you.
And she's not going to take action against it. It's a painting.
Okay.
Gene, have you not been listening to what's happening though?
The
They
woman in the
haven't
woman in the
offered a hostile action.
woman in the painting holds up a tiny wooden placard in one hand, a little tiny thing. It says, "I declare your guilt," and slams down on it. Make a Constitution save, 19, Gene.
Okay, that's her better score, but let me roll. Because you can always roll bad.
It's happened before.
Yep.
It'll happen again.
There's a chance I accidentally.
I
touched
rolled
her
an
and-
18 on the dice,
fuck it,
and I
never
have
mind.
a. Wait a moment. Valara.
It doesn't matter. An 18 with the modifiers, even if you have a +2, is going to make it. So
Yeah, with her
yes,
level, I think she's a +3.
you feel it's something reaching for your soul. It feels like a dark blot against your personality.
Okay. Well, that's got to stop. Yeah, she had a +3, so it made it 21.
She turns to the second of the females who also stood with her and says, "How do you say Sotomayor?"
With a bang.
And a second gavel strikes. Make a second save. 19 still, Gene.
I'm gonna VP that.
Okay.
You have a name tag you haven't used yet.
Oh, I haven't used my name tag. Okay, that's a. Hmm. If I use a name tag, a VP can give me 1 point.
Give you one. No, give you one more roll.
Oh, one more roll. Okay, much better. I rolled another
Oh, God.
18. Okay,
Okay.
I rolled a 5 and a 2.
Forehand. All right,
I
that's cool.
lost my VP. My VP.
Sotomayor turns and calls Clarence, but he doesn't get to act. It's now Steven's turn.
How's the spell working?
Or the dispel is unraveling. It will end by the end of next turn.
Okay. Okay, so it's my turn before Clarence.
Before Clarence, and we still have Maddie
Or-
gets an action as
Oh,
well.
man. All right. I'm gonna yell, "I object!" to them, and
What else do you do?
and then use command as well. I'm gonna point at Maddie.
No, that's
And-
even Maddie or one of the
Oh, one of the
justices.
the justices. I'm gonna
Okay.
point
Fortunately,
What did I do?
Fortunately, the way you said that was ironically exactly what you needed to do if we think about it, because what you did is you pointed at them and yell object. They therefore have to object. So that person, because it's a command spell, turns and says I object, and so the justices turn on each other and start bickering. Maddie, your action. What would you like to do?
save the party.
Oh, sorry, I spaced out. What are my options?
Oh,
Druid
you're in a room where you see paintings on the wall and photos on the wall and one painting. The painting comes alive and people start to come out of it. In every other case, the people coming out of the painting end up being murderers.
They're attacking us.
And
Okay.
these people have made 2 attempts on Valara's life, and only by using magic and BPs she's been able to avoid the effect of their attempt.
I mean, I can attack. It's
Or you can hold an action. There's a lot of things you could do, but it's clear that these creatures are using whatever their power is in a malevolent fashion.
Can I try to just smash the painting?
It's way across
Sure.
the room.
So you can start sprinting now. You won't be able to get to there till next round, but yeah, you could run across the room towards it.
Okay, I'll start sprinting towards the painting to try to smash it.
Sure, and you get to hear the names of the murderers pass over your ears as you go by. Once again,
Ooh,
Gee.
names that'll haunt me forever.
Yes. If you ever find out who any of them are, it'll definitely creep you out. Okay, so and then it's Heart's action.
I like listening to all of their famous last meals because it gets to talk about interesting food combinations and also murderers dying. So it's a good thing to watch all together.
It's
Well done, Travis. Well done.
Heart will blow another hole in the picture.
Okay.
Good promise.
In the next picture, you mean you're gonna burn another painting, another photograph, or you're gonna just shoot at the painting again?
Oh no, the painting that's attacking.
Okay, so yeah, between the two of you, between your action and that of Freya, the last of their attempts is squelched because you apparently shot Clarence as he stood up. So there is no more death and destruction, and the painting falls to the ground. I mean, the frame falls to the ground as the others did, cracking and breaking as it hits the ground.
Heart takes out the bell from the phone and jingles it. You did
Ding.
it, Clarence. You did it.
Nice.
Oh, you people.
I
That's
can't figure out why they attacked me since I never attacked them.
You didn't do anything.
You're a traitor.
Uh,
They hadn't been hostile till that time.
Mm-hmm.
they were hostile the moment they stand up.
No, to stand up.
Well, it was shown. Okay, so all
They
the
had a
paintings.
gavel in their hands.
Okay,
Darling.
wait. Let me finish. Every painting that had activated was lead to death and destruction. This painting has activated. It hadn't lead to it, but it had signs of us getting either killed or in a bad situation. So it was more logical
I
to.
can't draw
Common-
that parallel.
Common sense would dictate that this is an extremely dangerous situation
it's the
because
fifth.
every other painting that has led to the utter destruction of every living being in that room.
There was
Directly.
just
no
wanna-
destruction in this room.
And the painting
Wait.
hadn't activated yet.
I'm gonna rush to the painting.
Hold
and I
up,
wanna-
hold up. We got to deal with this because I don't want any
Wait
infighting.
a moment.
No,
I
hold
saw
up,
no
let me- don't cut
hostile
me off.
action.
Let Travis
don't cut me
finish. You
off,
can
please.
respond to it.
Look, in every other room, we had found a whole bunch of bodies and one of these broken frames with no picture in it. No painting in it. We come into this room with no fighting in it, and we see a painting with the same style Baroque thing. He made a point of saying that it was the same style Baroque thing.
Right.
Then it started to come alive and expand, breaking the frame just like how we saw the frames broken in all the other rooms, and the beings in it start to come alive and yell at us. It only common sense would dictate that this is similar situation. And we are in danger.
Okay. My point of view. You shot a picture on the wall, and the person got up and said, "I object."
Breaking the frame as in every other case. Yes.
Okay. She saw this picture as something different, but belonged there.
Well, I don't think you were listening to the rest of what John said, and during that you might have been distracted, Gene.
The issue is that the frames have represented unreasoning violence based on ideology. This room depicts the violence that has been exhibited by our culture against murderers, in particular serial killers. The list of names that I iterated were 9 of the serial killers of our world, of Terra. Then the fact that the names mean nothing to you as a Nicosian shouldn't matter. It should only be the frames are what cause people to die, and another frame broke. Holy shit, they're going to kill us. That should have been the reaction. I want to listen to what these people say. The reason what you took as attacks were they were declaring your guilt without due process. That makes them not the justices that you think you saw in the painting. Because those people all made their decisions utilizing the due process involved to save people or not save people, right? That's what so their attempt was to have you executed, and if you had failed the saves, you would have technically died. You'd have been in death saves from one of the methodologies in the painting, in the photographs.
Okay.
Okay, so you're using your personal information about who the justices are in a moral standpoint, and basing that and pushing that onto a painting of 9 people in robes. You're giving them benefit of the doubt for no reason. That's why I'm confused about why you. The reason why they picked on you is that's what the unfair do is they pick on people that don't have a case to stand on and take away their due process. Not that I was going to go into the metaphysics of why my bad guys were doing the bad things they were doing. Nonetheless, they were supposed to be stopped. So you have successfully done so by the dispelling of the painting and by the damage done to the painting itself.
Okay.
Okay, so what? Oh, sorry. May I speak?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Can I run to the painting and feel the magic
Somebody
on
was somebody was already on their way to the painting. That would be Maddie.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Maddie will get there first.
Of course. She goes
On a
first.
side note, what rough level of druid am I? Like, am I at least like a level 2?
Sure.
Okay.
So
You could have said level 8, but you said 2, so.
Well,
what am I? Level
I-
15?
Level 20? Should have went for max level.
I don't know. I don't know what level you guys are at, so I don't want to.
Fair enough.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. So what would you like to do? And don't think about it from the standpoint of spell levels either. Just tell me what you'd like to attempt, because we are fast and loose when it comes to Nikos games. So we're not going to be.
This is a Nikos game, not your clumsy old system.
True.
Don't burn the.
Have you
Okay.
heard the new acronym, Olivia?
That may be
Or, no.
Nikos. It's not your clumsy old system.
NYCOS.
Ah.
We discovered that backwards. I happened to be sitting one day thinking about it and go, oh, look at that. So.
Hey, that works.
Nikos came first and the acronym came second.
Yep.
Well, the reason I was asked. So how far away am I from the? Painting?
You came up to it.
I'm right up on it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it'll work or not, but
Well-
can
Tell them.
What's up?
one of the spells that a druid can have at level 2 is Flame Blade,
Sure.
and so I didn't know if I could
Yep.
cast that and try to slash the painting to light it on
Nice.
fire and
Nice.
No!
knock
Yes.
it off the wall or break it or
Yep.
whatever happens with
That's-
heavy hit.
That's awesome. She lights a blade. You're screaming no as she smashes down on the painting with the flame blade.
I imagine that because she was doing like a running jump, she does the Peter Pan in the sails thing, like jumps up on it, stabs it into one of their
Yeah.
faces,
Drags it and
And
drags
like
it down through the
slides
painting.
down.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I
And Freya's going no as you destroy all evidence of what the painting was, because this time you actually break the frame in the process, so the frame bursts into flame.
Yeah. Way to go, Maddie.
Oh my god, that's
Perfect heroic attempt there, Freya.
Never been
I mean,
more proud.
Yeah, way to go, Maddie.
I just want
You actually, I can actually see you turning satisfactorily, saying, "I did it," and looking at poor Freya's shattered look.
crying.
Shattered. She's like she's dropped to her knees, going, no, I can't study it if it's dead. You killed it. No.
God,
Well,
why?
they said there's 8 of them. This is only like the 3rd or 4th one. We'll probably find others. Plus, I couldn't have them hurt you guys because you guys are carrying Math, and we have to get Math to his new home.
You
Yeah.
earned, my lord, you have just earned a BP, Maddie. You, Olivia, have a blessing point to use on any character you play. That is awesome. That was. I'm doing this to save you and save the campaign.
But
You will not die.
But nothing. Good job.
Freya's sad, but everybody else is like, yes, we got rid of the bad thing. Yay.
the thing
Heart
was
goes to
already
it and
done.
Gets rid of the rest of the murderer pictures.
Okay.
Because he doesn't want memories of those existing in Nikos.
Yep.
There's a lot of bad people that might get a lot of good ideas from these.
Well, there's one way of taking care of this place so we don't have to deal with it again is just fire the whole thing.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's true.
Living
That's
things
true.
in here.
It's true.
No,
She's not wrong. It's
look it.
not like we haven't as group burned places down once we have equivocated that there's no once we've determined that there is nothing left of moral quality left to it. You've burned things down before.
yeah.
But
We
Math,
still have
man.
we arguably still have 3 more rooms, so we can't really or 2 more rooms, so you really can't.
Please let there be a painting that's not activated. It won't activate.
Wait a
Damn it!
Oh
minute.
I just
Is
no.
it
want.
whole?
Oh
Is it whole?
no. We might have to find out next week.
Exactly, because it's 9:55.
I just realized that now this is gonna be like Freya's like thing that she's gonna concentrate on through the whole her whole life just to figure out how to make a dimensional doorway.
Oh, please,
There you
please let us not find a painting, please.
go.
Oh
Yeah, because
no.
what we don't need is her being able to go and steal stuff, take her punishment,
Hey,
and still come
whoa!
back. No, because with the dimensional door, you could come back.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
see more. Oh, holy shoot, that's OPS. Lovely, that's beautiful.
Yeah, like you said, let's hope the next two paintings aren't functional. But we will have to complete this all next week, folks. It is 9:55. I want to thank you for participating in the show and watching, and make sure you keep in touch with us on the regular shows, 1 o'clock p.m. and 6 p.m. Pacific on Thursdays and Fridays, or Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then of course Iteration Nation several other days of the week. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Ah.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Dang man, you guys are like